Hello and welcome to Extreme Gameplays, where I play games stylishly. Today I'm back with another commentary. It's gonna be God of War 2, no grab run plus, no upgrade run plus. This is a challenge run that combines two challenge runs, and it's the no upgrade run and the no grab run. The rules for no upgrade run plus goes like this: you cannot upgrade anything, you cannot extend your meters, and it has to be on very hard. The rules for no grab run plus is as follows. You cannot grab enemies in any type of way unless you have to do that to progress. Either grabbing a boss or grabbing an enemy that only gets killed with the grab. You cannot use false grabs, as in grabbing an enemy that you can't grab to get a reaction from it. That would be a disqualification in the run. The third rule is you cannot escape grabs, so whenever an enemy grabs you, you gotta either take the hit, or if it's an infinite, you just gotta restart. You cannot escape the grab. I have talked enough. Let's actually start the challenge run. Enjoy.
Athena! You will!
So the starting encounter is pretty basic. We have some normal enemies we're gonna have to attack with some wide attack and half collisions, which are these basically. These enemies are all flying towards each other. They take a whole lot of damage. This is all very hard, that's why the collisions deal a lot of damage. So the idea is, in a no grab run plus, now that you don't have the option to grab enemies or to Orion's harpoon enemies, what you do is this: you knock them back towards each other. When you knock them back towards each other, it's a half collision that deals some very sweet damage, even if you are at level 1. You will see me do it again here with this knockback of the Rampage of the Furies, the one at the end that happened back there. Or this is also a knockback. Really, in God of War 2 there are a lot of knockback options that you can try. But just go with what you're comfortable with. I'm just playing around with these enemies. It's like, this is gonna be another case where I try out a half collision, I think. Except this guy interrupts. Boom, set them up perfectly, and then boom, knock them all towards each other. Just deals a whole lot of damage on very hard. That's what you need to understand on a basic level. This happens in God of War 1 and God of War 2. The harder the difficulty, the stronger the enemy. The stronger the enemy, the better the collision. Like, more damaging collisions is what you're going to be looking for. And at this point I'm just flexing my maxed out moveset. We jump down, no rolling, no nothing at the top of the balcony. Climb up when you see him issue this attack. Drop one of these on him. And so it's going to be a whole lot of a mental game with the Colossus of Rhodes. So when you see him go for another attack, you jump and you do the magic attack. You get him pretty good. I decided to drop down here just to have some fun. Ideally you can stay on top of here to just demolish him with magic, like this. And he's basically done for the first phase. So here we face some more enemies. The start of God of War 2 does a lot with movement stuff, and here's me just juggling them. The ending is a knockback that does cause a half collision, just for anyone wondering. That's why you see me do it like that. Now, this phase of the Colossus starts, and what you want to do is just run forward and do one jump. You don't need to, roll forward. So we go to the left side and punish properly, like that. Move to this side. I'm just flexing, but you can just stay there. Stay on the right side first, then move to the left, and then start attacking, like this. You don't want to really stay on the left side, because he might do the wrist attack. See, I'm staying on the right side. He does this attack, then I can punish properly. Either attack his face or his hand. That's going to be done for the first stage, and it's going to be the same thing basically for the second stage as well. Or you can use magic, since really you have a magic chest after this encounter. And besides the magic chest, you get a full refill after this battle. So your health refills, your magic refills, and you're going to be all good. That's going to be that, and we're going to keep our ground right now. We're in perfect position to do this. So now you start attacking, build up your attack. Boom, insta punish, then move to the other side. I guess I decided to stay to do some magic attacks and stuff. Doesn't take him completely off like the first phase. Don't do what I'm doing here. You can just move to the other side. This is what I meant when I said this commentary is not gonna be so universal. Trick through these things with magic. See, I'm just flexing at this point, deciding to dodge at the very tip of his hitbox. And that's gonna be the phase 2 of the Colossus of Rhodes. Awesome fight. Can go really wrong if you don't know what you're doing. Good thing I treated it well and it went good. Now we move on to the next couple of encounters before making it to the third phase of the Colossus. So now, when you have a lot of enemies, you want to just keep them in place with your attacks. Like this, and then go with the knockback. Or go with what I'm doing here. Just huge slams and special attacks, but only use them properly. Archers on the end of the room, roll forward. Make one of them behave while attacking the other. Making one behave is basically doing triangle attack that launches them. Again, you have more enemies, but there are archers at the end of the room. I do a knockback to kill a lot of them. Move forward to do some wide attacks to stop them from attacking. Go with the Tartarus Rage that barely worked. One of the blades got stuck in the collision behind the wall there. And here's me demolishing. Now this next encounter, you want to wait on this wall here for the archers to shoot. Then you want to do your approach. Get behind one of the archers and corner yourself in a way behind them. Then go with an attack that is wide. For this case, I went with Tartarus Rage, which just seemed like the best option. With the two archers dead, I rush to these archers and I corner myself again. After, you know, taking care of business there. You corner yourself and then you do these wide slams with the Tartarus Rage. The rest are just done. Boom. We open the door and we move on to the next encounter, which I did not decide to skip and do the beams. I just go to this corner again to corner myself, make them behave, knock them back into each other. They all damage each other greatly and die. And again. Moving on, there are some archers on this side. Poseidon's Rage. Get up. One archer is left. Take care of business. Moving on. So with the Colossus, you can fight him in the safe way near the blade, but I decided to go with the harsh way, fighting him up close. So you want to dodge, dodge, jump this attack, then go ham with this. Look at the hit counter. 8 hits. Slam attacks on big hitboxes deal double the damage. Look at the hit counter. Boom. It went to 7 and not 8 because the Colossus got damaged. This is a thing unique to God of War 2. When you hit a big hitbox with a slam attack from up close, it deals double the damage. So keep that in mind. And here you see me just abuse the magic that I have, making it clear that I am the God of War. This next stake, you can keep it safe near the blade if you want. I, however, decide to get close to the boss and just fight him up close with some more slam attacks that are uniquely pressed and put in place. You'll see what I mean in just a second. So dodge this, dodge that, the usual, except come back, triangle, square, triangle. This is the combo that I go with. Square, triangle, square, triangle. Triangle, square, triangle. 16 hits. If you pay close attention again, you'll see what I mean when I said double hits, or double the damage. The plume attacks do that, and the spirit attack. Plume is the square, square, triangle. Spirit is the 4 or 5 squares and then triangle, the huge slam at the end. That's called spirit. We call it spirit because it's the spirit of Hercules. We grab the hand. This doesn't count as a grab, really. It's just an interaction. So here I think I tried to do this trick shot where I do this 360 trick shot. I'm still zesty, even in a commentary like this. Don't try any attack in here besides the divine retribution or divine reckoning. The laser. I don't know what it's called. Or this triangle attack. It's a nice bounce. But don't go for any other weird specials. Just go with L1 and triangle. See, it just demolishes enemies. That's about the only great move about the Blade of Olympus. Boom. See, it even penetrates through enemies. It causes a knockback. It's really, really nice. So I get on the platform here, come back on top of the wall combat, and just do this for pure safety. Since we can't grab all of them, this is what we do. Moving on to the hands, we press R1 at the very start, and we keep on attacking with triangle, air triangles, upwards triangle. When the road is clear, you go up, you attack. Don't attack with square, this was wrong from my end. Just attack with triangle. Now when you jump, attack once with triangle, or you may just go up to the wall and just jump. You'll see what I mean in just a second. So one triangle, then moving on, we jump. With grabs, this whole section is really easy, but in no grab run plus you cannot grab. You absolutely just can't grab in any type of way. You might say, okay, Orion's Harpoon is just Kratos throwing the blade to an enemy that is airborne. It's still the grab. You're still pressing circle. So no. Here we get combo womboed, but it's all good. And we're done onto the Pegasus section. So Pegasus has a full collision and a half collision without any form of grabs. R1, R1. The dashes that you do are really, really high damage on very hard. As you can see, they're killing these bird monsters with one or just two dashes. That's because the left and right dash is a full collision, while the one where we dash forward is a half collision. Like this one, boom, that's a half one. So, you know, like if they die with two dashes to the left or right, they die with 4 dashes that are going towards them, you know, the forward, just pressing X, basically. That back there is unavoidable. Here I restart the checkpoint so that we don't die with this guy's blast, because you normally die on very hard here for whatever reason. That bird back there where we escaped the grab, it's kind of forced on you. You can evade it by pressing L1 at the last second, but it's you can't progress really, so it's fine if you escape that grab. And here's where we get blasted. Here we are. You bring these guys down with one triangle in the air, or holding triangle, and then just go wail at them like this. I wonder if I'm gonna demonstrate anything. No, it's just the air triangles. It's the best thing to drop them down, really. Just be careful of aerial attacks. When they are behaved in one spot, just go ham and repeat this. This is where the game opens up. So you want to go left, top left, then go down completely. Go right, go up, go right. The idea is to actually get them all done like that. So I was just waiting for that guy to come over, and then I can jump here to demolish all of them. And then I did it again. Now when you get to the ceiling, you want to corner yourself. Since you can't grab these guys. Here you go. The music is too good in here. So when you corner yourself, your attacks are all wide, and you're not gonna miss a single one of these sentries. Dead. I corner myself for safety. I then move forward. See, I'm just making sure no one's left there. We don't want to take damage. It's gonna look ugly for the commentary. You can loop him with this, unless he grabs you. That's why I just recommend getting on top of the ceiling again to fight him there. Notice how my triangle attack hit twice? That's because I spin while doing it. So here, a half collision is what I intended and it worked. This guy getting sent backwards and colliding with the harpies did the job. Here the encounter starts and I instantly want to make this guy behave and not shoot his arrow. We want to break his fort with our own attacks. Moving on to this one, we try our best to break it as fast as we can and to attack the archer when he drops. Because he's instantly aggro, tries to attack you. So I'm trying my hardest to actually get rid of them. And then we have this fort broken. Get rid of them. Now you can ring out this Minotaur to the right. You can't Orion's Harpoon him with a knockback, so just pace out your hits like this and then for the knockback. He somehow survived. It's all good with some positioning. Now you wait in here, you sprint towards the wall so that one of these guys comes up. Then you can just battle both of them on the platform safely. Usually when you go onto the wall, they might grab you or they might hit you, and it's not gonna look beautiful when you get hit, right? Try your best not to take damage. When you drop now, you have a easy encounter in here. So the idea is to make him behave like this with an air attack. When I find the perfect opening, I do the knockback to ring out some of them, like this. Boom. It's either a ring out or they all collide and damage each other. We move forward, we find more sentries. I'm making them behave with just one square attack. It's good to know these things. Knockback. They're all dead. Now one jump upwards will kind of vaporize this sentry right here. These sentries. I don't think I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm just gonna move on. Yeah. Now for this encounter, when the Gorgon gets introduced, what you want to do, what I at least did, is I launched her. I go ham with my attacks that juggle her infinitely, and then some air attacks. Drop on the ground, do another whole triangle, repeat the same thing. Except I don't actually go through the entirety of the encounter. I'm gonna come back when I'm stronger, when I have the bow of when I have the Typhon's Bane, basically. I'm gonna use her to break the wall. Nah. See, like when the other wave spawns, I just move on to the Typhon encounter. This guy is a stage hazard that you need to watch out for. So roll as fast as you can to this cover. You meet some harpies. Just juggle them. Most of them just get ringed out on themselves if you just hit them while they're exposed to the breath of Typhon. Launcher. Basically a home run. They get a home run effect and they're just sent flying. Almost got the harpy with that spirit back there, but not really. Keep on looping this when they're on the ground. Now I'm gonna do an optional encounter in here because I just wanted to. So this next encounter is a really fun mini game that you can try out for yourself. I'm gonna try to burn every sentry without grabbing them. The idea in here is to grab the sentries and to to yeet them basically towards the fire. Now what I'm gonna do is something else, and it's knock them back into the fire. Prometheus never touched this fire, so might as well have these sentries touch it. I make him behave with one air triangle attack. The second hit of the triangle attack, both in the air and on the ground, bounces the enemies. That's something that you want. This encounter took some time to get used to. I thought it would be way too easy and I would be just knocking enemies backwards, but it wasn't as easy as that. Now the philosophy of God of War's attacks is that they give you nice zoning, positioning, and they are wide. Like if you spin the analog appropriately. There goes another sentry into the fire. If you spin the analog appropriately while you attack, even your first light hit can catch up to 5 enemies with just one swing. The philosophy is really nice. You're not 1v1ing an enemy. Let's say you're fighting an enemy. Let's say you're fighting the Legionnaire captains in God of War. Any God of War, really. You're not doing it a sword versus sword battle where you're constantly hitting them. You want to make the hits that, actually have an effect hit the enemies. You don't want to be going around hitting the enemy with literally every hit that you can have in the light string. That is the whole philosophy of the strings with the Blades of Chaos. Or the Blades of Athena or Exile or whatever you call them. That's not counting the hit properties of plumes and spirits, which they're not meant to be spammed. They're meant to be used professionally to make the enemies behave in a way. Like, yo, I want y'all to be hit stun in this spot, so I'm gonna plume you, then set up my next attack. And you'll see what I mean more with the light string being much more for positioning. You're gonna see me evade a lot of attacks while attacking later on, just to drop one banger of an attack. There goes the whole encounter. This is how you win this encounter in No Grab Run Plus. I just decided to do it for whatever reason, really. Like, it's not even a thing that you need to do. You just get orbs, but it's a fun challenge. Like, this would be a nice challenge in the challenge screen. Now onto the real path. We get Typhon's Bane, which we're gonna be using it for tricking and attacking enemies. So you attack the archers from afar, switch up to the other archers, get behind cover, start attacking. Remember, the Typhon's Bane is very, very useful. Knock them back towards each other. Not a lot of people use this magic attack when they first get it in God of War 2. Make sure to use it though. And No Grab Run Plus really teaches you to use all your tools. Usually in a No Upgrade Run Plus, you just rely on grabs. And so you totally forget sometimes to use magic attacks. That guy's gonna get sniped mid-air, I think. It's gonna be a nice MLG moment right here. No. Zesty is boring today, I guess. So here's gonna be me demonstrating tricking, which is basically just pressing L2 in your place with the Typhon's Bane. You'll know what I mean in just a second. Blockable attacks, unblockable attacks. You get to block them all, or just, trick through them, basically iframe through them, if you press L2 right before getting hit with the Typhon's Bane. It happens with the Euryal's head as well. What I'm doing here is I'm baiting the breath, the beam from the Gorgons, to petrify these harpies while they're midair, like that. I'm also using this boundary. Magic attacking with these guys with the Typhon's Bane cancels their beam. The more you know, the better. So if one attacks and it's getting really annoying with her beam, boom, nice damage. Just shoot once and it cancels the beam. Punish. That punish that you saw me do back there is called the launcher punish. See, the magic canceled it. After blocking a hit, let go of L1 and instantly hold triangle. Kratos instantly punishes the enemy with a nice launcher. Perfect setup. So now in this encounter, you want to shoot the Minotaurs from afar. You have a magic chest that infinitely refills. Now you want to set up these guys with a plume to kind of set them up for a knockback towards the Minotaurs. That's how you get rid of the Minotaur, really. And the other one is almost dead. Just kill him with the magic. Remember, you have a magic chest that infinitely refills. Use some more magic on the Minotaur to kind of keep him there. Notice how I paced out my hits for that collision, for that knockback back there? The hit that mattered was the last square attack, which is basically this. You're building up your whole charisma around having that attack connect with the enemy. Here's me just bouncing around enemies. Boom. Vaporize them and take the chest infinitely. For this encounter, you climb the chain. Then you want to retreat backwards and just fight them with the Typhon's Bane from afar. Then you can backtrack and get the magic chest from down there again. It infinitely refills. Perfect usage of this. You want to do this because fighting these guys on the rope is very risky. They have a huge chance to grab. So these guys, set them up, boom, rage. Although I don't know why I never finished the entire rage triangle combo. Boom, that's the square combo and they're dead. Moving on, we have another encounter here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my knockback, boom. Except it didn't really, the enemy didn't really get sent flying hitting another enemy. Which was pretty cringe. This time though, they all collide in the air. I use up all my magic because there's a full refill whenever we get on top of the Pegasus. Whenever we peg the Pegasus, as we like to say on stream. And use up all your rage because you're gonna refill in a second. When you get on the ceiling combat again, do the same strat of cornering yourself. So on top of the Pegasus, you can use the Typhon's Bane, which is a really neat addition. It's just great that you can use it there. Gets you thinking, gets you wishing you could do something in the Icarus event in God of War 3 besides just dodging, moving around, and not getting hit. Like, this is quite interesting how you can use the Typhon's Bane here. L1 to evade through that grab from that guy. Here's Typhon's Bane in full action. Typhon's Bane, the Pegasus sections are gonna be one hell of a section to do for the Oko, if I ever do an Oko for God of War 2. Because this is a spot where you would get hit a lot. You would be grabbing left and right on these harpies. But let's not talk about a challenge that I'm not even sure I'll do. These guys come up and they're buffed. So this is a half collision, full collision. Another half collision on that guy, full collision on this man. He's almost dead. The bird is gonna die with one, or maybe two. See? This guy is really damaged. See, one last dash killed him. The dash forward is a half collision. The sideway dash is a full collision. Obviously, the full collisions deal a lot more damage than half collisions. Half collisions are literally that. They deal half the damage. Don't go for collisions when your rage mode is active though, since they get nerfed, because the enemies get weaker when you activate rage mode. It's not that you get stronger. The enemy's power percent weakens. With that, you get weaker collisions. So this is not really a fight. You want to race this guy to the end. You can fight him all you want, but I'm just gonna race him towards the end. Look at the thunder at the end of this whole place. It's just Zeus trying to stop you. That's what Midgard Chronicler said once in one of my live streams. All the lightning that is happening right now is just Zeus trying to stop you. Aiding this guy, the Dark Griffin Rider or whatever he's called. And this battle is almost over. I still can't tell why they didn't give us the Spear of Destiny here. Maybe they haven't planned it yet. Or maybe they thought it would be too overpowered to give the enemy a secondary this early on. The Spear of Destiny is such a nice weapon. It's literally the spear, the first weapon a Spartan uses. But it's a weird spear. Like, look at that. Crystals get shot out of it. You can leave crystal bombs with it. It's just awesome. With the cool transition out of the way, we climb up into this encounter where we get introduced to Guardians. So, to properly punish these guys is block, then move around them. And then you do your thing. Knockback. Nice. You can even trick and then get behind them. Which again, tricking happens when you press L2 right before getting hit. Shouldn't have went with that. I should have just went with something else. Notice how I deactivate rage mode after that knockback? Is to get a full collision to get a half collision that actually damages. And here's me demonstrating the philosophy of the attacks again. Notice back there how I was just moving away while attacking, only making the hit that counts hit, rather than have every attack hit the enemy. Block, move away. See, that's the proper punish. Block, move away. Boom, hit them with just the knockback that matters. Now, let's talk some more about the rage mode, and is that you can amplify attacks with it. The rage mode at level 1, which yes, you have 2 rage modes, we'll get to it in just a second. We have a tedious encounter after this that really drags, so I feel like explaining. So the rage mode at level 1, which is the rage mode we get after burning that guy in the Mount Etna. What I'm doing here is just knockbacks on the dogs that don't have really nice effects. It's still a half collision, but the knockback is so far. I wish it wasn't like this. But anyways, boom, see? I'm getting away with my attacks and returning with the finisher of the light string to get a knockback. Anyways, the rage mode that we have right now, if we activate it while attacking, our blades do level 3 damage, level 3 blades damage. When we get the rage mode against the Kraken, that's when we get level 5 blades damage, basically max. As for the secondaries, you might be asking, with this rage mode that we have right now, the secondaries deal level 2 secondary damage. So that's pretty nice. Say you use the Barbarian Hammer while having Rage active, and you just demolish everyone since you're doing level 2 Barbarian Hammer damage. With the level 2 Rage mode that we get against the Kraken, that's when everything gets maxed out. Like the moment you activate it, everything is maxed out. You'll see later how we use it differently. It's not going to be just activate Rage mode and start wailing at enemies. We activate rage mode right before dropping a damaging attack, and that just amplifies the damage of the set attack. Against the Cerberus, we're just going to be doing a lot of positioning with the little dogs to knock them back towards him. It's a tricky battle, and I just decided to go with half collisions and nothing more. See, I'm trying to align them. Boom. And that hit the Cerberus in a way. So see that slam attack that I did back there? That's a really nice half collision, and he's injured, I think. By the way, tricking in the air can be done as well. You just hold L2. But beware of shooting the enemy. The moment you shoot, your iframes are gone. So you just hold L2 in the air. So yeah, I'm sorry I don't have enough rage mode to demonstrate what I meant back there with amplifying attacks. It might have been something that you guys would do in God of War Ghost of Sparta, where right before dropping a spirit, you activate the Thera's Bane to leave a bomb on top of the enemy to stick it onto them. In here, it's basically, it's somewhat the same idea. Since like your attack just gets buffed, you activate rage mode for the big slam that you want to drop on top of the enemy. Then you just deactivate rage mode, and you just output a whole lot of damage. I'm just blocking and moving away because the recovery after blocking some stuff or anything really in these games is just so awesome. The Cerberus is really low on health. He's been hit with a whole lot of blickies. That's another one he got hit with. A very risky knockback back there. But I just know my positioning in this game. That's why you see me go with a very risky knockback like that one back there. My back was literally against the wall. Yet I still went with the knockback. Because I just have played this game a lot. And I really know when a knockback will connect. When it won't connect. Boom, and he's dead. Both little doggos started flying towards him, killing him in the process. Basically, he basically got hit with a full collision. Boom, to make him behave or to actually kill them. These guys pull up, attack, one backwards, one forward that hits all of them. I'm spinning so that the last hit attacks, you know, the last hit actually hits the ones in front of me and the ones behind me. So this guy doesn't spawn unless the ones in front of you spawn here. When they spawn, you want to turn around and just battle him out, really. 1, 2, spin around for the third hit to hit all of them. Otherwise, you'd get rendered with a hit, so you don't want that to happen, do you? In this encounter, I rushed towards the archers. Since they are really stage hazards right now, you want to get rid of them. They are a problem. Boom. Now we jump back here and we try some sus things on these dogs, like trying to ring them out, but it doesn't really work in my favor. So I just went with knockback collisions. You can ring them out near that place back there, but it's just hard to do. I don't recommend it. See, even I just moved away and decided to do something else, some other strat. You don't want to be using your rage in here. God of War 2 is the most resource managing God of War in all of God of Wars. You really got to take care of your magic, your rage, your everything basically. It also gives you the tools to really get all your resource in check. Like killing with the Barbarian Hammer gives you rage orbs. Killing with the Spear of Destiny gives you magic orbs. Just things, little details like these, just so good. Makes you love God of War 2 so much. God of War 3 is really close to resource managing, just like God of War 2, but it's not as close as God of War 2. Like, as deep as God of War 2 for when it comes to resource managing. You do have the Nemesis Whip to go with, you know, Rage Orb farming if you want to. And the chests are really put in nice places. So with these guys, you can cancel their Scream attack by shooting them once with the Typhon's Bane. This is the combo you want to go with. You can really keep it on the ground too, but I just decided to be flashy. See, this is what I meant when I said you'd be flashy. This is what I meant at the start. If a section demands you grab something, you can grab it. Don't make the whole challenge tedious for yourself. Knockback, in the hope of dealing a lot of damage to that other siren, which I hope we did. Usually in here with Orion's Harpoon, things are done way easier. But since we don't have access to Orion's Harpoon because It's a no grab run. You know what goes on. Be intricate with your shots. Especially when shooting fast, you don't want to be shooting the Typhon's Bane way too fast. You might be missing some shots. I don't know if that goes for every enemy or just Theseus that we're gonna fight after this encounter. We'll have to see though. I think it goes only for Theseus. Let's call him Theseus. It is my second favorite boss in the game. Just a boss so well executed. A nice mix of him being the stage hazard, the Minotaurs being the distractions. A lot of really nice things. And that's that. Moving on to Theseus. One of my favorite battles in this game. We block. This is the punish. So, there are ways to punish this man. After blocking, let go and hold triangle, or this that you just saw back there. Block his full strings, go with square triangle and build up your whole combo. Square, triangle, square, triangle for a deep hit if you're doing this punish. If not, then just go with this punish. That goes basically square, triangle, 4 squares into a triangle. This one though, this the plume strat. Boom. This one is also really sweet and fast, but mainly for damage you want to go for this. You'll see what I mean in just a second. After blocking, you want to do the right thing, although it's just not confirmed. So when he does this, you want to stay close and in the right position to attack him for a full punish. So you go with the full string and then triangle again. These all do double damage though. Watch the hit counter closely, because I'm hitting him from up close. They deal double the damage. Not this one. Actually, even this one. Look at the hit counter. 3 hits. That's because one of them hit before the slam. Like, look at the hit counter again. Boom. It went from 5 to 7 because the plume hit twice. It hit him from up close. Moving on to the next phase. Next stage, sorry. And look at how I'm gonna shoot him with the arrow. I pace out my shots and I'm not going as fast as I can. Since this guy can eat some of your arrows, they can flat out just not damage him. So you go with this. This is the optimal way to go about all this. Then I come over here to the safe spot. Wait for him to finish his first attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And when he does the 5th one, just go for your string. Boom. Deep hit. Then launch this Minotaur. Then you want to go and do knockbacks on these guys. What I did back there was build up my full attack string and drop it on top of the Minotaur as he was spawning to get a nice deep hit that deals a whole lot of damage. That was the flare up that I was talking about. I activated Rage right before dropping the slam. Knockback injures that other Minotaur. Too bad we can't grab him because it's a no grab run plus. Grabbing the Minotaurs gives more magic, but we can't grab them. So knockbacks it is. Instead of the Orion's Harpoon, you're just going with knocking them back towards each other. Be really, really careful of his attacks. Grow a 3rd eye for Theseus. Start shooting slow again. Get in position again. He attacks with 2 waves in here. This is the first one that they home in on you. 3, 4, 5. Start building up your attack. When the Minotaur spawn, hit him from up close, then launch him. Usually you also Orion's Harpoon him to his friend, but since it's a no grab run plus, boom. You just knock them back towards each other. And again. Flare up. Boom. I activate Rage right before the slam hits the ground to get level 3 damage. And then I deactivate it instantly. That's the idea of flare up. Boom. I activated it again if you pay close attention. And again, see? You're just overpowered when you activate it on these fools. Since the game expects you to be at level 1 damaging things in here. Since you're doing a no upgrades challenge, so you have level 1 blades. Too bad for the game, you activate rage mode right before your slam hits the ground. And it's level 3 blades damage. Those spikes that appeared back there happen if you get way too close to the wall. Flare up, boom, really nice. Got hit, but it is what it is. Also, the stage hazards do not damage the minotaurs themselves. They do, however, bounce them. This minotaur dropped down because Theseus did the whole rally thing where he pushes them. He kind of coaches them to attack you. Pulling a Hephaestus on everyone. Not Hephaestus, Hercules, sorry. In a run where you can grab the minotaurs, this would be way not way, a little faster. I guess 1 or 2 waves faster. Since you can grab the minotaurs for more magic. Boom, nothing hit. That hit I do on the minotaur at the start, you can even add rage mode to it to just demolish the minotaur. Nice knockback back there. Flare up. Oh, knockback. Be careful of the stage hazards. Now for a flare up. Let's go. Boom. Except one of them blocked it. Be careful of these guys, they really reach with their attacks. Another collision blocked. What's next? And boom. No need to flare up. He is pretty low on health. You can also trick through these lightning bolts that he shoots at you. But we don't do that here. We basically go through the same thing, and it's pretty clear at this point what to do. If you have level 2 blades, might as well dabble with some Rampage of the Furies knockback. Not really that much recommended since you have a much better knockback with this one. You know, this. Boom. It's much more controlled, much more precise than going with the Rampage of the Furies, which, by the way, the Rampage of the Furies is just the last hit that does a knockback, and it's, you know knockbacks and what they do at this point, right? Nice kill. Only 1 Minotaur left. He's dead. And I think Theseus is done. Or is it one more wave? It is one more wave. I'm pretty sure this next wave he dies. This whole battle is so fun. Every wave, you never know what could go wrong, what could go right. In a run where you can grab, it would be even more fun since you're aligning these Minotaurs way more than normal. And just launching them and Orion's harpooning them, but too bad we can't do that now. Again, grow a 3rd eye for Theseus. I'm serious when I say that. Rage mode, awesome. Another rage mode? Yes. Although I should have kept it on back there since didn't do the game didn't leave me with any other rage mode left. God of War 2 has the best rage mode. It's just period, the best rage mode. It's done? No, one more wave. God of War 2's rage mode allows flaring up attacks, you know, activating it right before dropping an attack on them. It allows using of other weapons while it's active. It recharges pretty well and fair. You can deactivate it at any point while it's on. What isn't there to love? You can activate the rage mode and it doesn't have to be completely full to activate. Just a total 100% upgrade from what God of War 1's rage mode was. God of War 1 has the Rage of the Tarts, which deals a shit ton of damage, but it's bad on a lot of aspects. It recharges pretty slow. You can't turn it off in the mid portion of it. Damn, he went all out there for the end. And it's still one more wave. Yeah, the only thing God of War 1's Rage Mode does right is the damage output. Like, the damage is just insane. Actually, even the infinite magic that it gives you. When you activate it, you are truly the most powerful being in the game. No competition. It's just that being unable to turn it off is a turn off, I guess. Be wary of air blocking in God of War 2. Don't be flashy. See, this is a good point here where I keep on using the rage mode after I do the flare up. Because I didn't have enough rage left. Like, why turn it off at that point? Just keep the rage mode on. They have armor. Be careful. Boom. I think this is truly the last wave. Like, no BS this time. Remember, block these guys' attacks. Even if you think they're not gonna hit you and they're far. These guys, they just love reaching you with their attacks. And Theseus is done. There you go. Mandatory grab is a mandatory grab. And he's gonna help us open the door, as Kratos loves Freya to do. These harpies are next. I know, a huge jump, but just do a triangle attack that brings them down and keep them behaved with this awesome attack. I love how intricately put together every attack is. Every string of the blades is intricately put together. It just works in a way for every enemy. Sometimes they do drop the ball and they don't do it the correct way. Like for God of War Ascension, I would say having the God of War 3 triangle attack, where Kratos just slams both blades, was just wrong in a way. Both canonically and in a lore accurate way. It was just wrong. I don't know. Like, it works so good in God of War 3. Why make it the same for Ascension? That was a nice half collision back there. Another half collision again. Build up another one. Boom. Except he dies with it. They block. You block back when they block, I guess. Boom. See, this is what I mean when I say the strings are so well made for the game. Like, the game knows that if you're good enough, you can just do this. And just slay everyone. Boom. I love cornering myself and doing knockbacks. It's just every enemy is so curled up together and they're just sent flying towards each other. Damaging each other in the best of ways. Boom, another knockback. You'll see what true knockback glory is when we get the Spear of Destiny. I activated Rage Mode briefly there, just to flare up the attack. Also use magic since you have a chest back there. Might as well. Also, these Minotaurs give magic orbs, coupled with the health orbs. Might as well, right? So yeah, let's come back to the same subject. God of War 3 has the triangle that is one attack. It's not like the God of War 1 and 2 triangle where this happens. He goes with 2 attacks and, you know. Which this one is a faster triangle string. A heavy string, I guess. They just switched it up for God of War 2. I get behind this cover right here to fight these guys. Just safer. They switched it up in God of War 3 because they thought it was way too mashy for people to use. It is the highest DPS option in God of War 1 and 2. But when it comes to blaze movement, I think it's still the highest DPS in God of War 3. It's just slower. So what I do in this encounter is I actually break the statue of Lachesis. Lachesis is a walkie-talkie. I think they're gonna break it for me, yeah. And then I enter this place to fight them properly. This is a boundary exploit with a really nice background being the spire, which I have made a whole video about the sceneries in God of War, where the spire is the highlight of the video, really. It is just so beautifully put in the game. You get a peek of it the moment you really get on the Pegasus for the second time. And ever since that moment, your goal is to get to the spire. It gets closer and closer and closer and closer. It's just so beautiful. As you can see on screen, I'm just baiting them to come closer for me to drop the knockback on them for half collisions. Now when the nymphs spawn, it's kind of different. It's a little tricky. You want to bring them down with some triangle attacks sometimes, or just keep going with your knockbacks in the hopes of one of these wraiths getting sent flying towards one of the nymphs. Or just do what I'm doing and playing this boundary exploit right here. So God of War 3, when it has the changed triangle attack, the game is kind of designed around it. You fight the enemies in that game and they're all designed around that triangle being this one huge slam. God of War Ascension does kind of a different job though. Ascension does the same thing for no reason. Like, it doesn't fit in a lore type of way. You know, you have the Blades of Chaos. Kratos never really had that moveset prior to God of War 1. So why would you destroy the lore and all that? Isn't God of War Ascension like the first game? Why is Kratos doing attacks that he learned in God of War 3? He should be doing attacks that he always did in God of War 1. And with that out of the way, the enemies, I don't know, I just feel like they're not all made with that triangle attack in mind. Unlike God of War 3 that is made with that in mind. Actually, same with Ghost of Sparta. Ghost of Sparta has the same triangle attack. And I feel like it has that in mind pretty well. So this encounter right here is very tricky. Usually we go with alternate Orion's Harpoons, but now our only option is knockback collisions. So what we do is, of course, knockback collisions. You start dealing some sweet damage to this Cyclops, as you all know. Block this. Yes, you can block it. Boom. Some nice damage on the Cyclops. We're gonna keep on doing this with every boar that we see. Knockback. The music is really intense in here. I love it. Awesome music is awesome music. Nothing can change that. That wasn't intentional to knock back the boar towards the middle of the arena. If you're ever wondering how did Zesty do that, how did he send the boar flying like that? That was unintended. And this man is grabbing all the food. What an asshole. Boom, deep hit. Because why not? It's satisfying. The boars are dangerous if you keep on attacking them. They have a whole lot of armor. Except for those sweet knockbacks that we deal. Boom. Sweet knockback. And I think he's dead? Nah, he's almost dead. You can be in his face and battle him like a real man. It's gonna be really great when you get the Barbarian Hammer. What are you gonna do then? Wail at a Cyclops face to face. and just trick whenever he tries to attack you. Like this. I tried to do it, but he died. So you can outrun these guys or outroll them by rolling 3 times away from them. You know, if they're doing their sprint, that is. You'll know what I mean. So boom. I run away and they start taunting. Same story right now if I get away. But I just decided to get risky and use some Chronos Rage to speed things up a bit. It's another nice flare up. Just drop all the Chronos Road. I almost said Chronos Road. Drop all the Chronos Rage you have, or even all the magic really, with Typhon's Bane from afar if you're comfortable. There is a magic chest after all this. As for the rage, you might say, Zesty, what if we need it against the Barbarian Hammer boss fight, which is gonna come up after this encounter? To that I say, I didn't go with that. You can hypothetically save up your rage for the Barbarian King, since there are some phases that might be healthier with a rage mode. Trust me, I know. It's a nice boss fight. As I'm trying to do my best to stop this man from approaching me like that. I think I use all my magic again because there is another magic chest up there. Which, the more you play these games, you'll really start managing and playing with a whole different idea when you play enough. Because you have all the chest spots in mind. Here he comes, Elden Ring style. Shrek through that fool in the air. Just beautiful. So my idea is to face him like this. Right in his face. Square, triangle, block. Don't overdo anything. He might break out sometimes and try to do the arrow attacks. Or the bow and arrow attacks. He's just like you right now. He's equipped with a weapon. A bow and arrow. Except he has some lost souls around him. And a horse that is pretty badass. Where is our horse boss fight? Question mark. It's not copying Elden Ring if God of War did it first. With the Pegasus. Like imagine if we got the Pegasus in here. Anyways, when he does the rush attack, of course I attack with some arrow action from afar. When he does the rush attack, I build up a spirit. I dodge to a side or run towards the side. Then I build up my combo, like this. Drop the main event on him. Because that's what matters. If you hit him with every single hit leading up to that spirit, I don't know. It would kind of maybe aggro him or stop him from being so aggro and attacking. And it would kind of interrupt him. So you're much safer off just attacking him with the last bit of attacks at the very end. The phase where he summons the dead fellas is gonna be tricky a bit, since you cannot really grab them. Usually we grab them to make things in life way easier. Get your ass down from this horse. Now this horse is mine. Now you see me attack Ulrich, even though I know I'm not damaging him. The idea is to attack him to build up rage mode. Notice my rage mode? It slowly increases with every hit that shakes the screen. That's why I keep on attacking. You'll see me build up rage in much more creative ways later. You'll just see. So block the fire. It is blockable. Not the actual hammer itself. If you're close enough, you actually take damage. So be wary of that. Just block the fire. I'm a bit greedy here at the start, and I'm trying to go for full-on spirit attacks. Just take their time to cook, I guess. But it is what it is. Good thing I didn't end it with a spirit back there, since he did the Might of the King shockwave. And there was me just experimenting with doing the full-on finisher, which is called Valor. expecting a knockback on these dead souls or lost souls. But no, just doing this is better. I mean, there a knockback worked, but it never works really. Nice zoning back there. I barely, scraped the fire hitbox. Here's me hitting him some more to gain some rage back. Moving away because I got hit. Trying to play it smart. This is what you get. Also, be careful to not get grabbed by these guys, because that would be an instant restart. Not really. You don't die when they grab you. It just looks bad. Come on. Where's the sense of self-expression? Am I right? I'm kind of getting a bit rusty here. Guess I didn't really practice this as much as I had to. For the love of God, Zesty, just drop one spirit on them. I'm still going with Valor, which I used to call it Valor. It's a good thing I changed to Valor. So yeah, just positioning. Boom, nice. Block the fire just in time. And again, another boom. Thank you. That's that. On to the phase with the boat captain. Is it a boat captain and 1 lost soul, or a boat captain and 2 lost souls? Boom. And the captain is instantly dead with 1 half collision. Just lovely. I love how I didn't even give him enough time to breathe, really. Just casually killed him with a half collision. That's a nice punish on this guy. There he goes. I keep on attacking to build up more and more rage. Now here's the strat against this guy. Get behind him when he does this attack. Now I kind of trick him to do the attack again. Pay close attention. I'm staying right behind him to the left side a bit more. Look at the way I do the string. I mess it up still, but I'm still trying my best to maintain it. I get to his left leg as much as I can, for him to do the attack where he spins and slams the ground. Look at me. There. And he whiffs it if you move away a little bit. See? This is what I meant when I said the light string is just made for these games. All those deep hits dealing double damage made him regress back to his small size that fast. He's flaccid now. When he does this, you roll towards him, square, triangle, but I didn't do it. You roll towards him, square, triangle, roll backwards. Square, triangle, block. Square, triangle, square, block. Square, triangle, square, block. Square, triangle, square, block. When he does the magic attack, do the triangle again, then roll backwards, go forward. If he does the magic, see? Go with the full string. Go with a square, triangle, it's fine. That's that. 1 frame. In the face. Huh. Putting the weapon to use. Like, why didn't Ulrich ever try an attack where he just slams this thing down? Deals some nice AoE damage. I love this detail of Kratos doing a war cry after gaining the thing, because he beat Ulrich. I love how just petty he is. Like, I win, bitch. Just casually does a war cry while getting the man's hammer. That's what you get. So, I remain behind Ulrich and attack these guys. It's just safer. Boom. That's that. The boars. Now these guys can be dangerous since the attacks with the hammer are slow. Basically, right now you want to use the hammer a lot since it is your damaging tool. So here's this encounter, for example. What I'm gonna do is that air L1 that from a close-up to do a knockback on these guys. It is a hyper knockback. It's not just a normal knockback. It's a knockback that sends these fools flying backwards. Like, look at me do it again. Boom. See? Now it deals a very sweet half collision, or maybe it's even a full collision. I'm not sure. All that I know is that it's just so brutal when they just get knocked backwards. It looks like it's just so brutal. Here's me abusing this spot basically with the fire. Bonk! We climb here. That attack, the L1 and triangle with the hammer, is very nice when it hits the enemy. Deals a whole lot of damage. So come over here, just start tricking. Boom, when you have the chance. Remember that tricking happens when you're stationary. If you're moving and you press L2, it doesn't matter. You will get hit. I'm just trying to bait them into the... I guess not. I'm trying to go for the ring out here, right? Yes. Boom. Hyper knockback. Big V discovered this one. Which, what haven't Big V discovered? From up close, it causes a hyper knockback. Look at this. Works on a lot of enemies. Just sends them flying forwards. And it deals a very sweet half collision. Don't go with that. Go with just triangle attacks to truly shatter the skeleton. As for this encounter, it's a bit tricky without being able to grab that asshole off of the Cyclops. What we do is wail on the Cyclops until it's dead, basically. Trick when you know you can't escape in the right time. Very deadly attacks. The Cyclops is basically jacked when that asshole is riding him. With that guy behind the wheels, just scary things are bound to happen and nothing more. Here's me using some magic in the hopes of bringing that asshole down. Very risky. Usually we just grab him and do some Orion's harpoons to destroy the Cyclops pretty easily. But with the Cyclops and the Death Lord or Beast Lord on top, interrupt this man. And it's gonna be a long battle from here on. These guys job to grabs. Just pure grabs. Doesn't matter. Orion's harpoon, air grabs, ground grabs. Except now we can't grab. I could activate rage mode and go ham on them. But I decided not to since the game loves crashing when I attack them with the rage mode active with the hammer. And if one happens to hit me while I'm wailing at him and cancelling it with the Typhon Spin, game just might crash. Game simply can't take the heat. Outrun them. These guys. So the thing with the Barbarian Hammer is that you can't roll away in time. Or just roll away as a whole. Damn, I really hated that one guy back there. Just activated rage and went ham on him. One more zesty. Boom. There you go. That's all you had to do. Just activate rage mode. Guys are kinda deadly when you can't grab them. There are some options that remedy that, but when there's two of them rushing you, it is dangerous. And here's me using the blades. Thing is, with God of War 1 and 2, even in a no grab run plus, you're still using the blades because knockback collisions. So here's me using the Might of the King Shockwave on these guys. Not even going down there to fight them, really. Just don't want to get hit against these guys. It's just ugly. I know I can use the grapple hook up there. Like this. For traversal, but... I just felt like doing Might of the King shockwave things. So yeah, in this game, you're still using the blades, even though it's a no grab run plus, where you're kind of meant to use your most damaging tool, which is the barbarian hammer, right? Except you still use the blades from time to time, because they're important for ring outs, for knockbacks. But mainly, you really want to get used to the barbarian hammer, since it's literally the best tool. Like, this thing is just, the damage is just so good. Of course, you can't use it anywhere, but you hella can use it in a lot of spots. Half collision, except I missed. Punish. It's a good thing there's that grapple point that I think gets the enemies off screen, and these wraiths just reappear on the ground and they stop their whole hollowing thing. Or not hollow, their whole thing where they go on the ground. Nice hyper knockback. I love it. It's just so powerful. The impact behind the hit is just so good. This battle is really dragging out. Usually you grab them and they and you just Orion's harpoon them towards each other, but it just didn't want to work back there. Boom. Now you're free. Go ham. And I think I skipped this one right here. I think I do. I think. Or maybe I go ham and actually just combo mat the thing. Look. Because why not? This wraith deserves love as much as the others. Might as well show some love. This spinny weenie attack is only good when the enemy is behaved. Like, the enemy has to be in place, in the air, in a juggle state like this. Otherwise, please do not try it. Do not try this at home. That's that. Now this encounter, I rush forward as fast as I can to break this platform. This guy drops. Air triangle cancel with the bow, square. That's what I go with. Boom, boom. It causes a nice knockback and nice damage. See? Boom, boom. Just vaporizes the fool. It's a thing I love doing. It's just so fast with a weapon that's not supposed to be that fast. Chronos Rage, get on top of here. Fire. More fire, I guess. Just to make things safe. Boom. Boom. Use the magic in here, it's fine. There's the magic just after this. It's just the luxury of playing a lot. You know magic chests and where they exist. Here's me demolishing these fools. They're dead. This encounter is pretty straightforward if you just follow my lead. This is the Haristos Zimnas way of doing this encounter. So you behave them with a plume. Boom. As easy as that. Switch to the hammer, jump, square. The Kratos just knocks them out. It's so funny too, for whatever reason. Boom. I love just spinning after the hit for whatever reason. Jump to this one. Basically the same thing. It's even easier to do on this platform, really. They spawn a little closer to each other in this platform. There will spawn again, you do it again. Or just go dumb mode like Zesty back there. Back to normal. The Barbarian Hammer is gonna be your your just main wailing option in this game. you're gonna deal a whole lot of damage with this bad boy. Like, look at how fast we're gonna demolish this next Titan Minotaur that we're gonna fight. We're gonna hug the upper right corner, right below his left feet. He's gonna keep on attacking. We will keep on attacking. Activate rage mode for full effect. Level 2 hammer damage. When he does that, of course, you move out of the way. You can trick through all that spinning attack with just spamming L2 with the Chronos Rage. Do not grab him. You can kill him. There you go. Now onto a very tricky rope combat scenario. A very tricky one at that. Because I tried doing this purely, but no way I'm doing this purely. So I drop when the first couple of sentries approach. I just ring them out. Ring them out in the safest way you can do. Except when you knock them back towards the rope, this rope again, they kind of do this weird animation where they don't get knocked back completely. Here you just want to go all the way. There will be flankers from behind, but you can make it with full-on triangle attacks on that guy. You make it to this platform and you drop. That's it. What a failed knockback, am I right? That's that. That's that. Don't fall now, Zesty, please. I think I restart here. Yeah, the restart just brings me back here. I'm checkpointed. Just wanted to make the encounter look a little better, but here we are, I guess. Now here's the Gorgon. See, usually what you do, I'm juggling her towards the Crusher, by the way. Just deals a whole lot of damage and eventually kills her. Just watch. Boom. Dead. She took a shit ton of damage back there. Watch. Dead. Now here's me attacking this almost dead guy to build up rage. Look at my rage mode. Attacking a thing that shakes the screen just builds up your rage. So yeah, usually against the Gorgons what we do is we grab them even though we can't. So that they back off and do the beam, right? Not in no grab run plus. You cannot do that false grab. So this guy, you block the fire. When he does this attack, you attack and move along with him on the sides. You can just demolish this man. Of course, a lot of bow canceling is gonna happen. The thing is, once you learn about tricking, you kind of start not even thinking about rolling. Like, the whole flaw with the hammer is that you cannot roll away while it's active, right? Except you don't need to roll away when you have Typhon's Bane to trick through things. Even unblockables. Not lingering hitboxes like this fire. Please do not trick through this fire. It's not going to be healthy for you. What a nice battle, nice theme. Nice track. It's almost over. It's Serb over, as the Cerberus said in that one comic. There you go, with the Typhon's Bane. Classic Typhon's Bane W. So, we just let her beam naturally. We're not gonna false grab so that she does the beam. Just like that. And shatter. Boom. I'm way too mobile with the Barbarian Hammer. I like to move around a lot. And here's the third one. It is Jover. We open this gate now. Crush this guy, roll away faster than the speed of light. Crush, crush, crush. Then you have all three of these. Now, let's talk about the Golden Fleece. So, The parry that you do sends enemies flying towards each other. And by this point, I'm sure you know what that does. Nice trick. Yo! Yo! Demolish this man while you're at it, Zesty. That's just disrespectful at this point. So, when you parry these enemies and they get knocked back, they deal a half collision. Now, you kind of know why doing that is going to be so sweet. In here, just try to crush as much as you can. By the way, you see me roll and switch to the hammer so fast? See this? This is kind of damaging the Minotaur in a really nice way. The slam itself is not dealing the goody damage. It's actually dealing the damage as the half collision, as you all know. So in here in God of War 2, it makes sense to do the follow-up slam after parrying. In God of War 3's prologue, where you have the Blades of Athena, it doesn't make sense, since the damage is way too low. And collisions do not scale in God of War 3. Here's me trying to do the hyper knockback for whatever reason. So yeah, you can abuse that all you want. Really, the moment things just click with you and how collisions work and how knockbacks work, you just start playing these games in a whole different light. So differently. The music did not have to slap this good in this encounter. Well, thank you for slapping this good. Here's me trying to do the hyper knockback, I think. Let's see it. Or just the normal golden fleece. Here it is. Boom! Except this mad lad blocked it. These guys love to block. I don't know if they're still my favorite enemy. I think they still are. When I say favorite enemy, I mean just favorite enemy in God of War 2. Hyper knockback, boom. It didn't work. That was just the Legionnaire bouncing. Air trick? Oh, Zesty's just rolling away today, it seems. Boom. Nice attempt at doing the hyper knockback, but it didn't work. It is what it is, though. You don't want to lower this elevator all the way down. Just to this point and keep on doing Might of the King Shockwave, L1 and Triangle. You sometimes hit these nymphs with the actual hammer itself. Deals a shit ton of damage. Now, on to this first ever encounter with a Legionnaire captain in God of War 2. Deadly enemy. We're gonna render him useless in just a couple of seconds. Watch this nice ring out. Outside. I get him here because... Nice knockback, Zesty. I get him here because his AI gets disabled in here. So you know what to do. You know how to crush his skull. I think I'll send him up there again accidentally. See? I don't think it was even accidental. I'm just playing around at this point. Dead. Goth Mommy is here. It's either gonna be me fixing her or her fixing me. We get to a spot right now in just a couple of seconds. I guess I'm fighting her purely. Not using the safe spot with the upper right corner back there in the cover. Right near the waterfall. I think I used that for my God of War 2 no upgrade run commentary. In here I'm fighting her one-on-one. Fight me like a man! Might of the King Shockwave, because why not? So on the wall, you want to find your rhythm and just go ham with this. You can kind of loop her into always taking this hit. She sometimes break away though. When she does this, I back away to the cover. I trick with either rolling or the Typhon's Bane. And then I get to the very end corner and I attack. Notice how she was even doing the little sphere attacks and they were still missing. That was that basically. Like when she does that, you can keep on your assault. Get back here, trick with rolling, then get back here again, right below her and on one of her sides to keep on attacking safely. You have to grab, by the way. If you don't grab, you do not progress in the boss fight. That's why you grab twice here. Now I have used the safe spot since I'm really scared of this attack. There's a very odd delay to it that always scares me. Here's me panicking. Me panicking as fuck. This serpent is literally her. Parry that. And it's done. Boom, boom, boom. Another stab, please. Huh. Either way, I'm gonna want some head. Ha! Give me that. Sacrifice 5 enemies to appease whoever it is who's watching now. And the hammer just clears when it comes to shattering statues. Hammer just casually being a bro at everything. This is sweet. We got another tricking tool. It works the same like Typhon's Bane. As for this encounter, just go ham. Not this ham, but you know, the other ham. You don't even need to slow down time really. And you don't need to be this flashy. Just go with triangle attacks. Trick. Boom. Boom. There's a form of tricking you can do with Urieli's head and Typhon's Bane. Back-to-back tricking is what I like to call it. Is what we all should call it, really. Nice slowing down time before getting hit. And boom, 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 boom. Zesty with the assault. This man does not want to stop today. So yeah, there is a form of tricking with the Typhon's Bane and Urieli's head that you can try out for yourself. I do try it out, but not now. I try it out later against Hyper Knockback. Hyper Knockback indeed. I try out later against Zeus. Way later, basically. You hold L2 after tricking. Then you just press up to switch to Urieli's head. Right before getting hit with the next attack, basically. And then you can keep on holding L2 and switch back to the Typhon's Bane right before getting hit. I don't know if I demonstrated anywhere else besides Zeus, but we kind of need it for Zeus. Not need, it's just that sometimes we use it. What a kill. Here, since you can't grab, instantly do a triangle attack to bounce the first couple of dogs. Then you want to just do this. Corner yourself. Again, I corner myself. L1. Boom. Corner yourself again. Do another L1 attack. By the time the elevator reaches the top, I just sneaked in some triangle attacks in here, because why not? By the time it reaches the top, you'll have kind of cleared a lot of the doggos. Here's me doing it again. Boom. All dogs cleared. In comes another strat, which is clearing the 2 doggos that spawn now. So which one to go with is this, basically. L1 triangle, 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 triangle. You want to make sure that you hit the first dog with the actual hammer. So you want to hit it from up close, from like here. Not just the fire. Boom. Needs to hit the dog. So there you're only left with 1 dog in the back. Notice me doing it for the next couple of times. From up close, I had the first dog in the front with the hammer and the fire. Then I deal with the dog behind freely. This time I decided to go with something else because I'm kind of comfortable with going with whatever I want. This was the last wave, I believe. And jump for the escape. We meet some harpies in here. Eurali's head could have worked wonders to knock them down instantly, but I wanted to keep my magic. So I just went with hammer action, basically. Now this next Titan Minotaur, you can get to the upper right corner again and go with the same tactic. Do make sure to activate Rage though to wail fully on him. You're kind of safe in there. Chronos Rage, Chronos Rage, Chronos Rage, and you don't take any damage when he does the spin to win. And that's the Titan Minotaur. Get out of dodge in the perfect time. One of the harpies did hit me though, so it was kind of cringe. What we do here is we get to the end skeletons that spawn. We retreat again back to the start from where we came from in this hallway. Build up a spirit, or I think in this case I'm gonna do a hyper knockback, because why not? It looks so good. And again, except this time no one got knocked back because they were all low on health. Boom. Just sweet when it happens, man. 1-1. And it's dead. These guys jump to get him off screen, then do the L1. They usually both die with the fire, but it is what it is. Roll forward. Clear these guys with one of these. Jump. Boom. Boom. Go back to the captain. We want to ring him out with the air square of the hammer. Like that. Except now that he's so close to the edge, might as well just juggle him out. Swing. 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 Get to the end and clear the undeads. Now you want to ring out this guy, but on the whole other side. Boom. Nice ring out. Now I made it to this checkpoint, to the save point, and restarted the checkpoint in this encounter so that I can get a favorable seed. I kind of get lucky in this encounter and I petrify all of them and shatter all of them. It's about as lucky as the Redditor who lies about having a threesome in the pool with 3 random ladies. Or 2 random. I don't know what I'm talking about. Boom. We're playing bowling in this game. What's crazy is that everyone believes that Redditor. Redditor, more like Predator, am I right? So Eurali's head just clears. Casual Eurali's head come and Eurali's head win. And now these summoners. You wanna interrupt this man before he summons something else? And the idea is to launch him and deal with him with the Barbarian's Hammer and Chronos Rage. It will kind of be the same thing with the others as well. Now that he teleported to a much favorable position. Or at least I'm trying to get him in a favorable position. He's just not. There you go. Another Chronos Rage. He just gets in this state where he just jumps around like a fish. A lot of Minotaurs on screen, but it's no problem. Boom, boom, boom. Another Chronos Rage. It's just that with the rage, you just clear these guys. So much for Chronos Rage, am I right? Chronos Rage. It keeps the Minotaurs away while you can fight the summoners. So a Chronos Rage a day keeps the Minotaurs away. I just use knockbacks, collisions. I could have went ham with the hammer, but I just love doing whatever this is. These guys have armor for their attacks. When you grab them, the grab is way too weak. Like it's nothing really, you just press circle 4 times and you win. Nice knockback. Another nice knockback. Another nice knockback question mark. Yes sir! That was really nice. The impact behind every kill. Boom. Let's go. Now don't progress any further in here. Just stop so that you fight the Harpies 101. Which the Harpies now, you don't want to keep on wailing at them with the blades triangle attack. Just bring them down. Boom. Boom. Since you have the hammer, which is one of the best tools in the franchise, might as well use it. Hyper knockback. I love it. I learned about it. Nice kill. And here's these other sentries. I learned about it in my marathon. Big V just pulled up to a stream of me doing God of War 1, 2, 3 marathon. I was at God of War 2 and he told me something about a hyper knockback in the Barbarian Hammer. Pressing L1 in the air. And I've been addicted ever since. So here the idea is to petrify both of them, but I think I will fail in this encounter. The music does slap, so it's fine to fail in here. Oh, I don't fail. What a fast way to end such an anticlimactic encounter, right? These nymphs are dangerous since if they do their attack, you can't really escape it. Don't know why we're not allowed to escape. We're not allowed to escape these grabs. These guys, attack the goo thing, the webs. We're not allowed to escape it yet. We are allowed to escape petrification. I'm gonna have to ask Big V on that actually. I'm not quite sure if I can or cannot escape these guys' web attack. Then again, I never really do get webbed up by these Spider-Men or women. Still, just a thing to think about. The next encounter is going to be really interesting. Let's see how many hyper knockbacks we can get. What a risky one to do. And again, like, what was I cooking when I made this no grab run? Nah, for real, I'm being way too good while playing. It's supposed to be a professional commentary where you don't boast or appreciate what you do. But I just can't help it when I see satisfaction this good. Now, is this even me playing? As Ghost of Sparta just blasts in the background. Yeah, it's just me playing around, don't mind me. Trick! Boom, 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 wa-boom, wa-boom, boom. Trick. Or actually just block. What a brutal way to die, man. So these guys spawn. I ring this man out. This next guy comes up. Block, get behind him. Boom, 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 get out. This next guy comes up. Another air square with the hammer. This guy approaches us. We block. Or I guess we just go ham on him. Boom, boom. Nice. Now we go forward. I think I died here in the speed run, which is so anticlimactic. Remember when Zesty used to speedrun this game? Nice knockbacks to eliminate some of the harpies. This is my way of tricking through the harpies attack, this slam attack. What I do is I go back and forth. I hope it's going to be clear enough in later parts where we fight the harpies. But I bait the harpy to follow me somewhere and then I roll to the complete opposite direction. The harpy tries to redirect, but in the process, the harpy just slams way before reaching me. I don't think I'm going to be able to demonstrate it here either, since this battle right here is so tight, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Bring them all down with a triangle attack, very sweet. I still don't know what happened back there, by the way. I can't really pretend that I can explain professionally what happened back there. The slowing down thing is pretty neat in here. This is a This is a no grab run plus, so we can use it. It's fine. Not like a pain plus run where we can't use it. Boom. Go ham on the harpies. Ring out on that guy. Only this one left. Get behind. Boom. On to the next fight, which is going to be against Perseus. Boom. Is this Perseus? I have forgot. So this guy has some attacks. You just gotta keep on blocking and punish after blocking. This attack that he's doing that he's gonna do in a second right now, this one has 7 attacks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's even 8 attacks. It's just that he didn't hit me with all of it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's 8 attacks. So your punish should come out with the hammer after he does his 8th attack. With this one, he's kind of far, so I'm gonna wait for him to finish his string. And you punish properly. No need to sweat it. Just wait for him to finish his attacks for you to punish. Bonk, bonk. Grab him. Break the mask without even looking at it. Just awesome. Now is the phase where you see his attacks that he was doing while being invisible. Again, it's the same philosophy of just punishing, really. If you played fighting games, you'd know this. Yes, you did just see me trick through the flash that he does. And by the way, mandatory grabs are in this boss fight, so it is what it is. Breaks the sword with his bare hands. In this phase, you shoot him with Typhon's Bane to knock him back. It's way too good. You jump the highest and trick through this light. You can do it. See? So shooting him with the Typhon's Bane is pretty good since it knocks him back pretty well. Just sets him up pretty well for you to attack. And he's almost done, so make sure to hit him on his way there. And go ham with the rage at the very end. Just so that he doesn't get to attack in any way, shape, or form. And that's this fight basically done in like 2 minutes. Just a flawless fight. When you get it so right, it's so good. They get off screen, you attack with this. We're moving so fast. We just killed Perseus. And now we're here. Here we get the Bay of Destiny. The Spear of Density. My favorite secondary. That might change, but I don't know. So, the thing is with this thing is that it's such a nice setup weapon and it's a nice knockback weapon. You have an access to a knockback on the fly, just in your place, right where you're standing. Just simply L1 and triangle and the enemy is knocked backwards for a half collision. Just sweet. You can even do it in the air. There's another half collision back there. Boom, there's the air version. Just so great for ringing out enemies when they're not even supposed to get ringed out. Which we're not going to demonstrate it in this run. We're not going to ring out the satyr in the translator spot. That's what I was mentioning when I said ringing out enemies when you're not supposed to. Boom. That's that. Killing enemies while having the spear equipped gives magic orbs. So with this encounter, I target this one that I'm attacking right now. If you don't lose focus of her, you will be pretty good. See, I try my best to actually kill this siren. Why I do this is so that another siren spawns without the minotaur spawning. Just put your best of focus on the siren in the back. Right now you can just eliminate both of them and have the minotaur spawn in alone. Launch this one, switch to the hammer. Go ham on this girl with the ham. Knock that one back. Go ham with this gal. Yes, there is a pun intended with saying go ham since you're using a hammer. This Siren is also dead. You're left with just a Minotaur. Go ham on him with the rage. Because why not? It just get the job done quickly, but not all your rage. Boom. Bam. Boom. Bam. Boozled. The next encounter is connected to this encounter, so if you lose there or restart the checkpoint, you're back here. What we're gonna do is some pretty nice tactics on the satyr. We're gonna petrify his ass. This first guy right here. This is the first encounter with a satyr. When he's petrified, thank God he gets petrified after so long. Boom. Shatter. Now you want to loop this man back there in a corner. But don't really kill him. We're going to need him for the next two brutes that are going to spawn. Because you guessed it, half collisions. This is going to be where God of War 2 shines the best. And you guys will know what I mean. It's going to be a whole lot of managing in this awesome encounter. So I'm going to use the satyr to damage these two jugs. Like this. Basically half collisions. The goal is not to eliminate the satyr with this attack. It's to knock him back towards his fellas. In any way we can. And the Spear of Destiny just makes that so convenient. Boom. Just an access to a knockback on the fly that looks so cool. Something that I'd like to call the shotgun blast. Boom. See, like that L1 and triangle attack, or that L1 attack in the air, didn't actually hit the jug. It was just the satyr flying towards the jug. God of War 2 is too good, man. This is what I mean when I say I go back and forth with God of War 1 and 2 and which one is my favorite. Like when I play 2, it is my favorite. When I watch 2, it is my favorite. When I play 1, that one is my favorite. I can never decide. There might be a finishing choice at the end of this run, or maybe at the end of God of War 1 Snow Grab run. But for now, we're still somewhat uncertain. Sometimes I prefer 2, sometimes I prefer 1. Boom. The jugs are almost dead. I could probably whip out the hammer in here. Cheap shot back there. But it's over. It's Chime over, as Kratos said to the Chimera in that one game. Nice kill. That was so intricately put together, by the way. You'll know when you play. So now here we are at Hades, and I used the Spear of Destiny to knock these guys down first before wailing at them and killing them. See, the great thing about the launcher with the Spear of Destiny is the range that it has. As I said, both the height it reaches and the length. So like this. Notice how I knocked down the Harpy from that afar. I try to petrify the Satyr and the Harpy for it to get in the way. Shatter the Satyr with that beautiful attack. This is a very risky encounter, that really takes long. I try my best to get rid of the Harpies, but also score half collisions by knocking back the Satyr like this, except he blocked it. Notice how I went in the exact opposite direction of the slam from the Harpy. A bit tricky to learn, but I hope I explained it in the best of ways. Here's me going with Uriah's head again to hopefully petrify something while it's airborne. I know I used up a lot of my magic there, or basically all my magic, but it happens. Don't let these guys grab you. It'll look really ugly to get grabbed. That was a nice half collision. This Harpy is low. Still though, not low enough. See how I'm baiting it with just running? I hope my explanation for how to bait the Harpy slam is a bit clear now. Nice knockback back there. The Spear of Destiny is carrying this entire encounter. These harpies like to do something later on when you fight them in the other room with the phoenix chamber, and is that they like to bait their whole slam attack. They do it a lot there. You can thank me later for that T-pose that just happened. Boom, boom, go ham on him with the hammer. Punish, boom, boom. For no reason. You should just go with holding triangle, really. So yeah, these harpies are actually really deadly. We will face them again in Atlas, and it's basically at the encounter in the Atlas lift. So this guy, you want to get behind him by tricking in the air like this so that you don't get hit. These hits are meaningless since we're going to be skipping the first phase. So what you do is you jump to the wall, you come back, you slap him. No, I'm sorry, you trick through these two boulders right now. So that's one. That's two. Jump towards the wall again, come back, slap him a couple of times with your attacks. And now you just wait it out until he just skips this whole phase. He will skip it right now. See, right now. This is a neat way to skip the whole entirety of the first phase on this man. Since this guy has a lot more health than the other Titan Minotaurs, and he switches up the gameplay, and he's also moving, so a nice boss fight. It's not like the other Titan Minotaurs, it's actually a nice switch. You fight two before him that are just stationary while this man is moving around. So you dodge when the boulder is kind of on its way to you. Not too late, like just dodge whenever you see the boulder escape his hands. Now you jump backwards. So the idea is to get behind him by tricking in the air if he does the slam attack. If he does this attack, just go away and do some Typhon's main action or whatever. See, this type of tricking is what I'm talking about. Just a single jump while approaching the flank of the Titan Minotaur. You can try whatever you want really when he's doing this spin to win. Again, trick, go behind him. I think he's done. He's almost done. I didn't punish this one properly though, because I thought it was the spin to win, but it is what it is. I'm using some of the shockwave. Boom, boom, trick through that. Get behind him. I think it's over. It is Jover. Now this encounter, before even entering it, we want to attack like this, or even in the air. Either the King Shockwave reaches these rocks that really spawn the nymphs, and so we break them before starting the encounter. And now for this one, I use the Typhon's Bane to break it from afar. Since like on no upgrade run plus, fighting the nymphs is kinda iffy. Of course you can use Euryal's head, but we'll see how this encounter goes. Just deal damage and things on them. I used the Chronos Rage back there so that they're all behaved. None of them is moving or shooting anything while I'm trying to petrify. When it's just one-on-one, you can go ham with the air triangle into square. By the way, I cancel it with either Euryal's head or Typhon's Bane in the air. That's how you see me swing the hammer so fast, vertically and horizontally like that. Just, and that's the last rock and you just gotta break it. Boom. That's this encounter. Next up we have this encounter where we corner ourselves again and deal with the sentries in the easiest of ways. Now the next encounter is going to be the Atlas Lift, which goes by pretty cleanly in my run. So what you want to do first is jump towards the platform, of course, but then roll forward towards the lever so that you spawn the captain while this cutscene happens right here. So that the captain spawns. When he spawns, just try to petrify him instantly and shatter him with the spear. Now you wait for the others to spawn. Do not try to petrify the harpies. It takes long to petrify them. You want to just knock back captains into them, or knock back captains into each other. When you find the perfect opening, go for a petrification. But again, that's only if you find a perfect opening. I'm doing this to behave the harpies. You know, the triangle attacks with the spear. This is a perfect chance. Some of the harpies died with the half collision, so of course I capitalize. And here's the Urali's head failing me and not petrifying the captain. If this was God of War 1, I would have known to not start petrifying the captain. But God of War 2 for some reason removed the whole thing where the indicator on top of the enemies is red. God of War 1 tells you you can't petrify with the magic that is remaining or from this range. 2 for whatever reason doesn't have that. Do not grab him accidentally, please. Which it's something I never talked about. Getting used to not grab things. I can adjust. Me personally, I can adjust. Some stuff that do suck, trying to adjust to them, is a no block run. More than a no grab run, but it's still somewhat hard to adjust yourself to a no grab run plus. So for this encounter, I just go this way. Break the boulders on the left, then the ones on the right. The remainder of this whole segment right here is kind of like filler. Since it's just platforming that I might showcase, yeah, this. I decided to show it because I have failed here in the speedrun. Which, wow, Zesty failed in the speedrun. Insane. So just, you want to really take your time here and not rush things. So you move to the left, R1, go back up, to the right again. Wait for these boulders to drop, so that they can safely drop, no problems. And now do the same thing here, just take it slow. When you know you can't make it in time, just jump to the left or right. We're gonna get the Atlas Quake pretty soon, which is gonna be pretty good for half collisions and knockbacks. And that's that. I decided to even skip it since it's infinite magic, so you wanna cancel these guys' attacks and then get close so that one of them tries to sprint and then come back over here. What you want to do here is knock them out outside like this. Works in a lot of ways really. You can even launch them into a ring out. Boom. You can't ring them out in the whole arena side of the place, only on the bridge. Such a PewDiePie moment, I know. Boom. Shotgun blast them outside. It really is the best option in here to just ring them out. And me trying to be fancy, but no. The encounter after this is pretty interesting. We're gonna be approaching it in the pacifist way. Also, don't be an idiot like me and waste all your magic back there in Atlas. Should have been something I mentioned back there. But then again, you can find a better way than how I approached the Atlas lift. Because you need rage mode for the translator encounter that is gonna come up next. You can manage with some tricks, but oh well. Like, I don't have a lot of rage left right now for the translator encounter, which might look bad. Since this is a no grab run plus, and the translator encounter, the third wave, in no grab run plus is kind of really iffy. But I somehow managed with the magic that with the rage mode that I have left. There will be a spot where I will farm rage orbs. Or, you know, rage points, not orbs. Let's talk about this encounter, which doesn't really need a lot of talking. I'm just using the pacifist mode. Just 360ing around the arena, basically. Thank you, on landing block. You just turn around the arena when the time comes for the whole block to be revealed, which not this next turn, the turn after. You can practice it, just look at the spots that get revealed. Like this next turn is not gonna be it, see? It's still caged. The one after though is gonna be the one that does it. So this time when I get to position, I know the next one is going to do something, so I petrify all of these nymphs. They of course insta shatter because they're in the air. Now's my perfect chance. Don't grab it and pull back way too fast. Grab it and pull back after like a second. If you grab and pull back instantly, the boulder would just leave Kratos' hand, and that would leave you with a very bad misinput. One more nymph, eliminate it. This encounter I deal with it with some half collisions, which are always lovely to see. Boom, boom, and it whiffs. So this is a spot where I should have practiced, where I should have farmed rage, but I decided to farm my rage mode somewhere else, really. Boom. See, I just went with stuff that kill. I am using the hammer to get rage orbs, as you're probably aware, but a better thing would have been just farming it by hitting the enemies with the blades. Like, this is good, I'm getting rage orbs, some resource management, but really, we were in bad shape for when it comes to rage already. For the first wave, you want to take the translator behind this rock. Notice how I positioned the rock. Dwayne the Rock Johnson. And you just use piercing shards, because it's the best thing in the world. Half collisions after half collisions. Boom. Boom. I use the hammer here to get more rage. In my playthrough, I stupidly forgot that I even need rage for the translator. You need rage for the translator and no upgrades. Now imagine no grab. We will, however, treat this with the satyr that is going to spawn in the next wave. So here, after checking and seeing no one's left, I pick up the translator. We go up to a certain point when they spawn, and then we retreat again back to Dwayne Johnson. And we use the same tactic, except I got a bit unlucky in here. These guys love to block a lot. Like, look at the satyr. He's gonna block the next 50 attacks now. Blocks. Blocks. Even attempts to actually hit the translator, which you don't want. It's pretty unfavorable when he hits the translator. As I said, this man loved to block, so I had to intervene from up close and actually I don't know, just do something about the whole situation. See? And he kept blocking. Just so unfavorable. Finally waited for him to do his taunt thingy to actually deal with him. Here's me knocking him back, just for safety. The ideal thing you want to do for the satyr after, or even for this satyr if he has enough health, is to ring him out with the strat that I used in the no upgrade run plus, but we're in desperate need of rage. This is where I remembered I need rage. I wanted to kill him with the hammer, but I was like, wait, hold on. Let's just farm rage points with hits, since they are kind of my best way to farm rage right now. And so yeah, I'm gonna speed up this part. You basically get the point. I'm just trying to hit the satyr as much as I can, with pure hits that shake the screen, and not a plume or a slam or a damaging thing. And this way I will at least have some rage for the translator. I'm just looping him to, you know, to keep on hitting him, and basically you get the point at this point. But like, now we have some good rage mode. Now we have some good rage mode. It's half, it's not full, but you know. So here's me, you drop him here. You approach and launch this guy. You go insane with the hammer in rage mode. Chronos Rage or Atlas Quake to separate everyone. It's much better. Another Atlas Quake. Now you go with Chronos Rage and hammer action. Another Chronos Rage, hammer action. Go do an Atlas Quake right here to separate the enemies from the translator. Come back to the spawner. Go ham on him. Make your best use with the Atlas Quake, since you really don't want these guys to be hitting the translator. And the summoner is dead. What I'm gonna abuse right here is the Golden Fleece. You really want to block and parry all you can. It's a really nice way to go about things in here. Except if it went wrong, it goes wrong, trust me. And even in a grab run plus, you do not want to grab a lot in here. Me just trying my best to actually attack and keep the pressure on. Auto lock kind of messed up a lot of things back there, but it is what it is. Get rid of this dog. Trying my best to parry. This attempt looked really messy, but hey, it's fine. We did take a lot of damage, but it's fine. It's insane that we did it with the rage mode that we had. Do all the parries you can, please. Unless an enemy's back is turned against the translator and you knock back that enemy and he gets flying into the translator and damaging him. But we don't talk about here today. The encounter is over. So as for this encounter, we're gonna use we're gonna have the Spear of Destiny equipped and magic attack, so that when we magic attack and kill the enemies, we have the spear equipped. Doing that gives us magic orbs, so you can kind of loop in a lot more magic spells than you can normally. But really, just going with half collisions is also a huge thing. Notice the orbs that I get, a lot of them are magic. It's not so reliable to the point of abusing it so much, but it's good since you get magic orbs when you have the spear equipped. You get some good bang for your buck. Not the best of choices, but hey, it's good. I learned it from Haristos. I've heard him mention that once. So it's a really brilliant strat and nice use of your resource. So you just use magic and you get it back. So you use way more magic than what you can with the given meter. And you know, Golden Fleece for the win, basically. It's very, very good in this encounter since it's a tight hallway. And they all fly into each other. And the Atlas Quake might be might be just a normal rage attack. You want to double launch this one, then go to the lever. You might say the Atlas Quake scales with difficulty and the damage is not that good. You would be correct. The pure damage of the thing is not that insane, but the great thing about it is that it causes a knockback. And by this point, you know what a knockback does. It causes a half collision. So, other than just the spell that you drop down, you want to launch her again, boom, she's dead. Other than the spell that you drop down, you get knockbacks on the enemies, and it's just pretty good. So now there's going to be a segment that I'm going to skip, because it's going to be the same Satyr thing that I tried back there, because I need rage mode for this, for the Cerberus and Jugs encounter. See, I even skipped it because I kept attacking this Siren until I had my full rage mode, because I was not ready to go into that room with 0 rage mode. You can even farm rage against the nymphs, but I really just decided to go with this. When I say you can farm rage against the nymphs, I meant on the ceiling in here. You can infinitely kill them without breaking the rocks that actually summon them. The nests. I'm doing this to break that nest over there. Even the camera zooms in on it expecting it to be there, but I broke it even before the encounter started. So you climb the wall, you jump to the other wall, you climb up, you back jump to the ceiling. Faster to get to them. And here, you could just basically farm rage, I think even faster than attacking sirens. Like, I don't know why I did it against the sirens. This is a lot more hits on a lot more targets. This fills up your rage mode way faster. So yeah, you can basically not break this nest and keep on attacking these nymphs until you get your rage. Now we're gonna move on to the next encounter, which is really, really hard. It was very iffy trying to get it. I was trying to do it with a strat that leaves us with no third or fourth Cerberus, but it happened in a very poor way. So my first thing in this room is to actually petrify and kill the seeds. Then to wail on the 2 Cerberus breeders. Try your best to cancel with actual blocks and not Typhon's Bane. I'm just doing this all to knock them back, to knock the seeds away from me. Now we only get one Cerberus rather than 2 more Cerberus, which is good. Like usually you get 2 more Cerberus breeders after clearing that wave. What I did is kind of minimize it to just 1 more Cerberus. So now, you want to put your focus fully on the breeder and what he summons. Like if you see a seed on screen, just destroy. Just wail on the Cerberus until he's dead, then start focusing on the jugs. Very iffy encounter, and it actually took me way longer than beating the Translators Wave 3. Another seed destroyed. Just put your focus on the seeds. The moment they spawn, you want to kind of draw them in. You don't want to leave these seeds around because they transform in like 30 seconds, I think. Safe. 1 more seed and dead. It's basically a win when you're left with just the jugs. Draw one of them in while the other taunts from afar. Attack and block carefully. The moment you attack, this guy aggroes. Doesn't matter what he's doing, he just aggroes. Block, block, attack. You can also block, get away, and then attack while he's attacking. It's gonna make more attacks count. The other one keeps on taunting, so it's pretty good. When you see him sprint towards you, you want to separate both. Shooting these guys with Typhon's Bane is a good choice of things to do, since it makes him kind of sprint towards you. But I decided to go with the fire to draw him in, and he's gone. Now that there's only one, you don't want to worry. You can just do it nicely. You don't have to worry about another one rushing in out of nowhere. Also be careful of their sprint. They kind of do a hit check with their chest. A chest check, as Big V likes to call it. I don't know why I jumped there. He could have tagged me back down. But it is what it is. We're almost done with this jug. And this is legitimately one of the most challenging encounters in the game. Or in the franchise. But it's done. We move on to the Cyclops encounter next. Now there's no better choice than leading these guys to their swim course. So I want to make them both aggro to their sprint with this, then jump onto this platform. That way they start sprinting towards you. There are other ways to make them sprint, like using Atlas Quake. You can even Atlas Quake on that platform and have them sprint towards you, but since they're close enough, I can just do this. 1 more left. And then I sprint. Sorry, jump, and they just fall to their death. Now this next encounter is pretty interesting. So you wanna not actually damage kill these guys. What you wanna do is launch them. In this first case right here where the ceiling was high, I double launched them. Otherwise just plume them. If you're doing this Pain Plus, then just pluming is the best option. Get away from them, stay far so that they taunt. Boom. They die with the ceiling, which is very creative for this encounter. Now since you have the spear and they're taunting, go to town. The encounters in this game are so gamey, and I love how they use the mechanics of the game, but they switch up the type of the encounter in a very creative way. Like an encounter like the Phoenix Chamber, for example, and how it just mixes in mechanics of the game purely. Or this encounter right here. Like the ceiling is a stage hazard that doesn't really interact or anything. It just gets lower and lower, increasing the risk, but you can use it for your own advantage. Now for the last two. Whatever works in here too. Boom. Staying at mid-range against the skeletons makes them taunt. On to the next encounter, which we take it before even jumping to the rope. So I'm gonna do this because boom. Nice 360 right there at the end. So I do this so that I can clear them all before making it to that other encounter right after. Because this whole rope combat section right here is kind of connected to the next encounter after it. And I didn't want that to happen. Boom. Now you want to climb the rope and jump as fast as you can to the other side. When you finally make it, you want to climb up. See, these guys would shoot you if you just battle out the sentry on there. Get up. Parry, that fails. The collisions, the knockbacks in here are kind of buggy. So, freeze everyone around you. Switch to the hammer. Boom. Wait for her to beam again. Really just abuse the golden fleece in here. Is the best thing. Fire. Another golden fleece. Boom. 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 Another golden fleece. Berry. This encounter got cleared. Nice brutal kill at the end back there. We make it here. We drop down and get ourselves kind of in the edge back there. Get our back against the edge of death and just parry with the golden fleece. Or knock them back with the wings. That also works really good. But I don't know why I didn't try it here. The wing knockback might be kind of iffy to redirect. But it's also really good since it covers a huge area. It's like a Valor. Except in the air and way more risky. And you can't block cancel it. And it's just... It is what it is. If you want to look stylish in this game, you can use it. I, however, will use my favorite weapon, which just covers a huge area with its light special. Anyways, we move on to this encounter right here, where I'm gonna knock them to the lava and not actually fight them all. Just like that. This guy, I don't think he's gonna die with the piercing shard this time. He's gonna get the circle. Boom. Totally not what I wanted and so unfavorable. There you go. The captain is gonna get killed with a creative way, and it's using these spikes right here. Very straightforward. Just watch. You launch him, you knock him back, boom, into the spikes. Now these next two captains that are gonna get revealed behind the wall, I delay it a little, then start breaking. Use the fire to keep them in place. They will die. On to this really nice encounter with a banger background music. So what I do here is I take this box or block forward and plant it right here behind the first cover. The captain spawns, and what I do is, of course, Riley's head. Draw him to the entrance, since it's a boundary and they can't really cross it, so you can just do all you want with them. Here's this harpy going dumb mode. Boom, boom. I'll show you guys a pretty nice and creative way to deal with these harpies in a second. I'm basically gonna space out their deaths. You'll see what I mean in just a second. Petrify. Shatter. So now that the first two captains are out, I'm gonna clear the whole entirety of the harpies right now with a very interesting strat. You'll see. So you kill one of the harpies. You kill the other harpy as well. You want to kind of space them out so that they spawn separately. Now that this one is dead, the other one is alive. Another harpy is going to take some time to spawn. You knock it down, you go ham on it with the hammer. Another spawns, you knock it down with the air triangle again. So you go triangle, L1 and triangle, triangle. I'm gonna refine this in a second, where it's gonna go triangle, triangle, and then L1 triangle. You'll see. Just like this, you'll get rid of them safely. 1, 1, boom. Boom. 1, 1, L1 and triangle. Just like that. You go heavy in the air, heavy 1, L1 and heavy. And so I speed it up right here because that's the process. There's just a lot of harpies that spawn in here. Very, very clean. It's a very nice strat of, a consistent strat at least, of eliminating these harpies. I mean, ideally, the moment you bring them down, you have them and it's a home run for you. So you keep on pushing now that all the harpies are gone. There will be no more harpies in this encounter. What I'm gonna do is take that magic chest on the left. And then the next and final wave will spawn in. And there's gonna be more captains. 2 captains to be precise. We're gonna petrify both of them with the Urile's head. Just insane magic attacks in this game, man. All of them. The Atlas Quake gets affected with difficulty, yet still has the knockback factor that causes half collisions. Urile's head being what it is, a better Medusa gaze. Typhon's Bane being what it is, a projectile magic that deals some sweet damage. So I try to bait one of their attacks so that the other one gets behind them. Then I can beam and petrify both, hopefully, like this. But the one behind him didn't get petrified. It is what it is. There's a magic chest right before starting the encounter. Boom. And that's basically the encounter. The encounter after, though, is going to be also interesting. This is a really, really nice encounter. When it's done cleanly, you really just fall in love with it. And I just noticed that that's Icarus. It's an Icarus statue that we're pushing. That's actually a nice detail. I never really knew this. And it's the solution of escaping the place, I think. Not really. We don't use Icarus wings in here. But you know. The next encounter is going to be one where I'm going to really make this spear shine with half collisions. So my ammo is the skeletons. And the target to kill is the Minotaurs. The Hades Minotaurs. These guys love to block collisions, by the way. Like, that's in their identity. They love blocking collisions or knockbacks or anything. Notice how I wait for the skellies to actually face me before knocking them. I wait for them to have their back against the Titan Minotaurs completely. So that when they get knocked back to that side. That's how all knockbacks work in this game. If the enemy is having his back to a location, doesn't matter from which direction you do the knockback, he will get knocked back based on where his back is facing. So keep that a rule for yourself. Nice half collision back there. Really, it's all about precision in here. Keeping the skellies in mid-range so that they taunt. When they taunt, boom, knockback. I'm just trying to flex my wings in here. Boom. One of the Titan Minotaurs dies. The other Titan Minotaur also dies. He didn't die with a wing. It's the half collision that killed him. Zesty, you can really start using the spear now. No? See? These guys love blocking collisions. The game just knows what you're trying to do against them. That was a really nice half collision back there. A really nice knockback. Boom. Again. Except he blocked it. That's basically the idea in this encounter. Very nice encounter. If you're doing this in Pain Plus, you would be ideally launching the skellies and Orion's harpooning them. Since you can't do that, knockbacks it is. Which are just so satisfying. It's gonna take me some time to actually switch to the hammer to deal with them. Like, just please already do it, Zesty. Doesn't matter how good I get at playing these games, The past me is so dumb when compared to me who is commentating. Like, just switch to the hammer. Thank you. Boom, 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 boom. Just like that. Now we move on to the next encounter, which is going to be the undeads and the staircase. Where I like to gather them all up and then damage with the fire. Like this. Boom. Of course I'm gonna go for the knockback. Like, who wouldn't when you have all these undeads looking at you like this? Very risky attack. Now we move on to this encounter that influenced us to do the wing challenge, which here's a nice Easter egg. Wing attack. This is the encounter that gave me the idea to do a wings only run with General Kratos. That's why you see me use the wings on these guys. Boom. It was a really fun challenge doing it. And dead. Boom. Dead. Now the last Spartan.
I have come too far to fail.
This man survived what so few can survive. I use up my rage because we will get the level 2 rage mode after this, so use up all your rage really. The battle is simple. You just attack, block, attack, block, attack, block. He doesn't have any unblockables. The background slaps though, which I did talk about in my sceneries video. The background is just full on the spire. Both of these Spartans' goal is to reach the spire. Both of them fighting for that one purpose. And the battle's over. Mandatory grab is mandatory. Moving on to the Kraken. After the cutscene ends, you don't want to press L3. I'm sorry, L3 and R3. Just leave Kratos. He will rage eventually, without wasting any of your rage meter. So now when this encounter starts, there's a safe spot. In that safe spot, you gotta stand still and you wouldn't get hit unless it does the stabbing attack. The stabbing attack is the one where it stabs the ground 3 times. That one you want to air trick. This is the safe spot. When it does anything, you want to approach and attack. Now you want to retreat in the safe time. Just stay in the safe spot right here. When it's eventually done, you grab the last Spartan. I don't know if this has anything to do with a no grab run plus. I'm sure it's fine to grab to pick up this man. It's a part of the boss fight. You can do it without picking him up. You know, beating this weak point up without picking up the Spartan. But that would be way too long and tedious. So now right here, when you climb up, you can beat up this knob without using rage mode. But the second knob requires using rage mode. This one requires 7 hits, I believe. 3, 4, 5. Is it 6? Yeah, it is 7 hits. Oh, it's 8 attacks. Then you take off this tentacle. Now it loses the stab attack with this side. So the battle's kind of easier now. Now the music switches to something way better. And so now it doesn't have the stabbing attack. You can go ham on this side, except when it does the huge tentacle hentai thingy, which you probably want to watch out for. But the hammer is just too strong to let it do any attack. We put this down. When you fly towards the weak point, you can fly to a side to evade taking damage, like if the Kraken is doing any weird attacks. See, like I fly to the left and attack to basically not take a hit from the tentacle on the right. And boom, 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 boom. I tried a magic attack a little, but it is what it is. Boom. I think I attacked the knob in here before getting on the actual tentacle. I think one triangle attack. Let's just see it. Boom. Nice damage. For whatever reason, I just felt like doing that. Now you activate Rage for this point. To just speed through this process. Grab. Now you want to hold both analogs forward. Both of them. Trust me. Forward. Kratos rolls in between this whole cutscene where the Kraken kind of grabs the last Spartan needs. Now you want to start running towards the chest. As so. Just run towards the chest. And now you want to break both sides, and that's basically the boss fight. Doing the roll forward, keeping both analogs forward back there is vital. Otherwise, just do a Atlas Quake when it does the whole Tard attack where it goes dumb on the platform. And now, Lachesis, here we come. We just beat a Norse monster before making it to Norse. Open the Norse!
There is no power greater than the Sisters of Fate. If you challenge us, you will die.
Bet! So I trick this attack in the air, get away from this attack, switch to the spear. This always does a knockback that knocks down Lachesis of all people. You can also not do that, you can just simply approach an attack with the hammer. Boom, 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 boom. Pretty simple. This is actually a really challenging boss fight. It's my favorite boss fight in the franchise. It's just challenging. That was me demonstrating the Amulet of the Fates back there. Since she can do she instantly does a projectile if you use it. I trick through that and start attacking. The phase when she gets in the air is quite interesting too. Boom, boom. I love doing that air trick into an attack with the hammer. Here's where she starts leaving Spear of Destiny wannabe bombs. Here I decide to go with this. Switch to hammer, T-pose. Boom, 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 boom. I just love doing it. Now imagine if switching weapons could be done without opening up the menu. Maybe in the remaster, but who knows. That would be way too dope. I never thought about that. I'm fine with a remaster that changes nothing. But, you know, when they change little things like that, why not? Boom. This is a good punish. If you knock her down, you can just capitalize and go ham on her. You can even cast a Chronos Rage if you want, because you get your magic back. When she does this attack, you want to read it instantly and stay on the ground. And just get away as far as you can from her. Now is when you want to attack. What I do is square cancels in the air since they're so fast. I might start with a triangle attack. Boom. Hold on, let's see. Boom. Actually, it's all squares, but let's go. See, the first attack is a triangle attack. But all the other attacks are square, cancel with the bow, square, cancel with the bow. Just see how insane this is? I'm attacking with the hammer this fast. Basically the Nemean Cestus in here. Now see what I do when she's in the air? I drop down to the ground just in case she does the weird attack where she spins things. Just like that, it's over. Grab. And a no grab run. I restarted the checkpoint, that's why the battle starts with her up close. Do make sure to not instantly restart the checkpoint, since that might restart you back to Lachesis. It happened to me on stream once with General Kratos. Quite odd, but don't restart the checkpoint instantly. Move around a bit, then restart the checkpoint. So now when she's on a platform, I attack from afar. Atlas Quake to keep these guys away from me. Activate Rage. Destroy. She's done. This rage mode that is active right now is making the hammer deal max level damage. Which I forgot. I think I mentioned at the start with the rage mode, so it's fine. This rage mode right here maxes out everything when we use it. I use this so that she attacks and I can get some attacks in. Or at least one attack with the hammer. Really, really nice boss fight. When you're on the ground, she starts getting closer rather than staying in one spot using projectiles. Which is something that I should have mentioned in the first place. I'm juggling both of them at once because I'm fine with that. You can do something and it's approach the left side so that Atropos hides, then fight Lachesis freely. But I decided to go 1v2 because I'm just that good. Now destroy Atropos while she's visible. This battle is pretty straightforward. If you lure her to do a projectile, she breaks the mirror way faster than you ever could. Which is quite good. Now I'm waiting for the other side to be visible. Damn, some nice attacks with the Might of the King Shockwave in the air back there. Now I decided to turn it into 1v1. Just to be a little more safe while fighting her. I approached Atropos on the left to make her go invisible. Now here we are. We're kind of nearing the end. Now she gains some attacks that are kind of unblockable, untrick throughable. Like even if you magic attack, she cancels it. Zesty's playing around, as we can see. Now when she does the attack that she does is the pillars attacks, where a lot of pillars just start approaching you and you can't block, you can't dodge, you can't magic. You just want to hold here. When you hold on to that spot back there, it's a free pass, free iframe. See, any grapple point works. She's almost done. And I'm demolishing with the hammer. And that's the Sisters of Fate. And now get ready for the greatest home run in the history of home runs. On to the best encounter in the franchise. So I have the Spear of Destiny equipped for obvious reasons. We're gonna want a lot of half collisions on this first wave. We launch this fool. He doesn't get launched. We golden fleece. He doesn't get golden fleeced. So the idea right now is to stay in this corner until this boundary opens. When it opens and we have the perfect opening, we escape. Now the half collision game starts. Basically knocking back the Legionnaires into the jugs. We sadly cannot grab, otherwise Orion's harpoons would have been dominant in here. So the best alternative is to knock back this fool. Like that. Such a great encounter. It's choreographed in a way that it looks like a 2D beat 'em up, which helps the fight a lot. Notice me baiting the Legionnaires a lot. Nice hammer punish, honestly. Damn, he knocked him down before he even could make it to him. Did you guys see that? He slapped him with the hammer, as in, no, not on my watch. These guys will get punished pretty good in a second. I'm sure there are some pretty interesting half collisions that will happen in this encounter. I was about to say in the here. So be careful with your knockbacks. Sometimes these guys, these jugs, really like to sprint towards you. If you have the perfect chance, you can use rage mode on one of these guys when you're just left alone with them. You can go with that. It's fine. Except I don't go with the rage because I was like, okay, it's fine. See, now that I'm left alone, I think I'm gonna use rage. No. It's actually quite interesting that I don't use rage. I always use rage when I'm left in a 1v1 situation like this. Half collisions, bro. This man thought just because this is a no grab run plus, it's not gonna be easy for me. Well, it is. Here's me using some Might of the King shockwave, but in a creative way, with positioning in mind. Knockback. Did nothing to the jugs, but it was still effective. Kept all the enemies away from me for a little while. Golden Fleece? Yes. Pretty great damage on the jug back there. I switched real fast back there just to make sure I don't get hit from the recovery. That's another jug. That's one jug down. So yeah, you can cancel your animations if you switch to the other weapon while the animation is still on. Boom, perfect opening. When you see them taunt and you have other legionnaires in front of them that are just idling, do capitalize though. Boom. Unlucky. And so now, boom. But he sadly died. I mean, got to the dizzy state. We couldn't see him get knocked back to the jug. So, pretty sad and cringe. Now this fool tries to approach me and dies with a fire, which is very interesting. Rage Zesty, please? It's odd, honestly, that I don't use rage on him, since it's a 1v1 situation. Just go all out with the rage. By the way, activating rage, let's not forget it. It boosts the hammer damage to the max level. Absolutely no reason to not activate it. It also boosts the blade's damage to max, which is very, very well. It's a good thing. Right before dropping a plume, not a plume, a spirit, activating rage mode, does level 5 blades damage. Like, how insane is that? Here's me abusing the boundary. One jug left. Come on, Zesty. That's the chest check that we were talking about back there. These guys are deadly. And this is a really nice encounter before the final boss. Well, before the 2 final bosses, I guess. Boom. Boom. Dead. You move on to the next encounter, which I build up a Valor and drop it on their head. That does nothing because the guy had armor. Golden Fleece it is. And Golden Fleece again. Cornering yourself in Golden Fleecing is one hell of a exercise. It's very, very good. It's basically free half collisions. Might as well. The next encounter is gonna be a little tricky, but it's not pain plus. It's gonna be easily done with a whole lot of shattering. We'll fight Medusa's in here that will not shatter with one heavy attack from the hammer. Also remember, you cannot false grab the queens or the gorgons, you know, basically, to get petrification. You gotta get it purely like this. Boom. L1 and triangle on top of the gorgons themselves, please. Not the fire. The fire itself will not shatter them. You gotta hit them with the actual hammer, like that. Running back and forth makes enemies taunt. I'm waiting for the Gorgon to really start beaming. Because these sirens are dangerous. I found the perfect opening to move to the other side. Make the Gorgons aggro. Perfect. Boom. I missed the shatter, but it's fine since I got another beaming. Which for some reason didn't petrify that. I don't know what even happened back there, if I'm being truly honest. Like, I parried the beam, which didn't petrify the Gorgon right next to me. And that's basically it. Boom. Clear the sirens, only the Gorgon left. Destroy. I should probably just leave her and for her to do the beam, like this. Except I failed it for whatever reason. And no, that's not a grab, that's just you getting petrified. Drop the bomb on her. Moving on to the next filler, which is gonna be another case of going with Valor to hopefully collide them. But yeah, it kind of worked, but they didn't really collide with each other a lot. The Golden Fleece in this game, man, such a lifesaver, honestly. Okay, I don't know why Zesty started using this spear all of a sudden. What are you gonna do? Knock them back into each other somehow? No, just go with the Golden Fleece. It is the safest option in here. Or activate Rage Mode and go berserk with the hammer, but we don't want a crashing God of War 2 in the middle of our commentary. Which it only crashes if you cancel with the Typhon Spin non-stop and you get hit. And there's me taking the grab. So you cannot escape, you gotta take the damage. Looked quite ugly and embarrassing in the commentary, but it is what it is. I decided to leave it in. I never get caught with these guys' grabs, but since it's a no grab run plus, so of course you'll get grabbed. Next encounter is probably the hardest. Satyrs and Hades Minotaurs. What you want to do for the first Satyr is you want to launch him. Chronos Wave, Rage. Chronos Rage. Go ham with the hammer again. Destroy this guy while you're at it with the Rage. Remember, your hammer is dealing level 5 damage. Nice knockback, honestly. That was really, really good. I launched him. Remember that I have the hammer equipped and not the spear to do this. And so what I did was the wing clap. L1 and X in the air. Now I'm waiting to find the perfect opening to switch sides. When there is no perfect opening, just go with Atlas Quake to save yourself and get out of dodge. Like this. Which still kept us in danger. So another Atlas Quake was kind of needed. Very risky situation. Another Atlas Quake. And then I finally make the escape. As I said, this is the riskiest encounter. You gotta really find good openings to switch sides. And it's quite insane that you're using the Satyrs as ammo, but hey. I use Rage Mode to destroy. Hammer of Thor has nothing on this hammer. Boom, fire. Wing? Wing! Let's go! We're still gonna be using these guys to kill, for them to kill each other. Like this. But they dodge, of course. Now the battle is kinda good. You don't have any moves from these guys that are unblockable. Pretty clean, I'd say. Still kind of deciding what to do with them. Is it half collisions that I should go with? What should I go with? I didn't have enough magic to petrify them. Even though, like, if I had magic, a full-on magic bar, it would have been enough to petrify just one. These guys take long to petrify. It's one down. This attack from the Spear of Destiny is unaffected with difficulty. Not that you'd want to use it for damage per se. You're always using it to set up half collisions, really. But still, it's good to know that it's unaffected with difficulty. Nice half collision, man. I'm making good use of the wings. I totally forgot. I forgot that I used the wings in this one so much. I just use a lot of my tools. Maybe didn't use rage mode in a lot of spots where I could have, but it is what it is. But in here, the rage mode just claps, honestly. Like your blades, they deal level 5 damage when the rage is activated. Your secondaries are dealing level 3 secondary damage, which is basically max. Nice! I'm playing nice against these satyrs. Boom. I wait for him to get down from that staff stance. That's when you can actually knock him back and punish him. I launch him, switch to the hammer. Boom. Boom. You know it. I come back over here to get the raid chest and the magic chest. Because the next encounter is the last one. You want to go in with the full arsenal. These chests sprawled out in the arena are really neat. Some nice resource managing in the most deadly battle. Just the combination of the enemies is just so good. One last filler right here. Boom. Nice. It finally worked. It at least worked for one of the filler encounters. The whole Valor thing. Where I use Valor to knock them all back into each other. Boom. God, I love the Spear of Destiny. Boom. Nice knockback. Nice knockback 2.0. Boom. There's gonna be one more encounter left, which... What an odd kill. I knocked him back, he kind of made this Legionnaire dizzy. This Legionnaire got knocked back to the dizzy state, which also caused a half collision, and killed that other Legionnaire in the air. So we rush to the spot where the Cyclops spawned, then we retreat, and a bunch of knockbacks again. At this point, you even know it. I'm using wing knockbacks so that I don't actually damage the Legionnaires a lot. When I find perfect openings, I do knockbacks, either with the wing or anything. Perfect opening to switch sides, I switch sides. It's very healthy and important to switch sides. Remember. Failed knockback. When I'm in the whole other side of the fight, I go with Might of the King Shockwave, except I started by facing away, then I turn around. Think some rage action is about to go down? No. So, yes, actually yes, some rage action is about to go down. Rage action coupled with Chronos Rage. Name a more iconic duo. I use Chronos Rage to trick through everything in here. Pure carnage. Just lovely. The hammer is at its perfect form right now, dealing max damage. This is really good. I totally forgot that I go with that insane option instead of just boring knockbacks after all the knockbacks I've done in the run. That was a nice combination. Chronos Rage allows you to stay open. You know, you still have access to your movement while it's on. It deals nice damage, it's unaffected with difficulty. It doesn't waste a lot of your magic. Very good. This guy almost grabbed in a weird way, but he didn't. Playing around with the enemies, Zesty, because why not? You won. We ideally have one more encounter left, and it's gonna be the Clotho boss fight where we just hit her armpits and boobs to no avail. Boom. Let's go. I love what I do when I'm left with one enemy or two, or you know. I just start demolishing. What an encounter. Boom. This and the Gauntlet and God of War 3 are tied for me. It's just so nice encounters. And now, Clotho. Let's see how that one goes. So, I instantly want to trick through this, slow down time, start climbing the wall. After breaking this arm, of course. Just so that it doesn't attack me out of nowhere. We remove this corpse that is holding the whole platform down. This right here is the last thing to fight before fighting Zeus proper. And yeah, you can slow down time in here. Even if it's a Pain Plus run, you can slow down time. I tried balancing between both armpits with Pain Plus, just to know how many hits it takes to take out an armpit, but it's just weird. It doesn't work that way. I don't know how it works. With both of them down, I pull the lever to bring the big axe or scythe thing, which is gonna be very satisfying stabbing this thing's head. Like it's asking to be stabbed at this point. Lovely how we ran past this thing at the start of the loom chamber. And now here we are using it. Just very, very nice usage of things that we saw before. The fight against Zeus is going to be interesting, with not a lot of it being way too different. Yes, we're still going to be grabbing the sirens in the first phase, since you're kind of forced to. And that's this battle done, with a really nice and acrobatic fight scene right here. Stab that face. The battle starts and you're forced to use the Blade of Olympus in here. So what you do is Divine Retribution, laser, boom. Except it doesn't knock back the siren. So what I do is I bait the whole attack that she does, then start facing her and attack with L1 in the air. Deals very nice damage, it is not affected with difficulty, and then I grab her. In a no grab run, I know. It's just that we're forced to. When you get the chance to do so, just loop one of the sirens with this. Also, when he does the attack where he punches the ground twice and causes a huge earthquake, that attack is blockable. Boom. So one more and we should be good. This whole first phase can go bad in a lot of ways. I grabbed at the perfect time there to trick through his double punches. Boom, and grab the hand, and it's over. It's Crover. Zeus. It's Zover. As he shrinks. Now the real fight begins. So, what you want to do is trick a lot in this fight. You're gonna witness double tricking. Maybe. So what I do is I bait that last attack you saw back there and then do this. It requires timing, but you can ideally just loop him into this from a nice range. See, I jump, run towards him a little, then start doing this, so that my aim is right. This sniper that you're holding in your hand it doesn't have the best aim, so you gotta really be precise when you try to hit Zeus. These are blockable, but they kind of break your block. See, I air trick, run towards him, then start doing this. And you kind of loop him if you do it in this pace that I'm doing right now. It's very good for every phase when you fight him. And that's him breaking basically. I trick through this just for funsies. Now the blade action. How the blade fight is gonna go with is just basically cooking up spirits, activate rage at the very last second. That's basically it for the Zeus fight right here. Except you also need to be a little careful with his attacks. Because when this man decides to strike, he strikes with the vengeance of thunder and lightning. I don't know. Some cool words. I tried to dodge that with my attack, but it's way too risky. Here's where I activate the last bit of my rage. That's why I go ham on him with my rage mode. Since why not, just extra damage. And now you go at him pain plus style. Don't try to build up your rage by hitting him with your light string. It's really not worth it and it takes time. It's also odd that they do not allow us to use the hammer or the spear in here. I mean, is it odd really? They're trying to make us go back and forth with the Blade of Olympus. But it is a minor critique that I have. Nice tricking though, by the way. I trick in the air after the attack goes right through me, then I start shooting. Pay close attention, see? I let him actually get his attack through me first before going with the bow. So I guess it makes sense that they only give us the blades here when he takes away the Blade of Olympus from us. And as you saw back there, the magic attack with the Typhon's Bane cancels him from his string. If you ever wanted to try that for whatever reason. Really experiment with Typhon's Bane. See what it breaks, what it cancels out of enemies, what it does. Nice. It is over, Crover. So now we get the Blade of Olympus. It's a little bad, I would say. Another critique that I have of this boss. It's not the end of the world. The fight is still intense. The fight is still really, really nice. But I wish he gained some new moves in here. It's basically the same phase. Notice how I run towards him a little bit, then start doing my L1 and triangle attacks. Like after this, I run a little, then do this. See, this is why I missed in here. If you run a little bit forward, you can aim at him pretty good. See, my aim just sucks sometimes. I run towards him, L2, run towards him again, then decide to go with L1 triangle. That's how Kratos somehow aims towards him a little better. His lightning bolts in here are fast. In God of War 3 they slowed it down. I don't know why. They were really, really good. I guess it's because in 3 he spams them more. But they shouldn't have done that. The lightning bolts really are cool in here. And here's where I get him in a long string of this, I think. If you keep the right pace, you will always hit stun him. Very, very good. We're nearing the end game, old man. You should have really gone for the head back there. Gaia couldn't heal that, I'm sure. Okay, Zesty, we see you. Okay, Zesty. Now is the phase where you have to attack him with the rage mode to really break him out of his barrier. This is an interesting phase, but I wish he was more agile, more attacking, more dangerous, but it's over. Here's me just me being me. Let's go. Urali's head. And that is the end of God of War 2. No grab run plus, no upgrade run plus. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Peace. Be sure to like and subscribe as this helps my channel grow, and if you enjoyed the commentary, I have made commentaries for other God of War challenge runs and other God of Wars as well. I stream and upload 90% of God of War content and stream some other games every now and then and make content for them as well. I hope you guys enjoyed today's commentary. Peace.